What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement. We're back here in the basement for the Boston Bruins versus Vancouver Canucks right here in the basement. We finally got it underway and got this thing going. I am really, really starting to hate ESPN Plus. It's becoming so... I just caught it, Bruin. Good stuff, Bruin. Good stuff. Good stuff. That is good, man. That is good. Yeah, ESPN Plus takes forever to load. It takes forever to load. I don't know what's going on with that and why that's happening, but here we are. Here we are. Yes, I am still setting up, so it's all good, guys. All good. We're in here in the basement right now. OG Cellar Dweller Bruin is accounted for. Bruin in the basement. Man, I had to wrestle with this thing. I'll tell you 1 second, guys. 1 second. Getting this thing underway. This ESPN Plus, I think I figured out the problem, why I'm having such problems getting the Lightning games, this Boston game in today. It's really like I don't understand why it's becoming such a big deal, but anyway, it is. So here we are. It doesn't matter right now. We're good to go. 1 second. Zero right now, 15:25 left in the first period. It's just getting underway anyway, guys. Vancouver is without quite a few players, man, including their starting goalie, Demko, who is, I think he's injured right now. So, sorry, guys, let me just finish setting this up. One of these days, I'll get in the freaking routine of this new system that I got going on. And it doesn't hit me until I actually start going on. I think we're good now. All right, let me see where we're at. It's so funny because it doesn't hit me until I actually pull the stream up. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot to set all that other stuff up. Crazy, right? Not really, because we're in the basement. That's why that happens, because we're in the basement. Bruins are driving down right now. We got went right back to their own zone. Jim Montgomery again gone, destroys the Rangers with the Blues in their first game. And here we are, guys. Here we are. So who do we got in here right now? Oh, wow. You guys have no idea what I had to go through. Angus, first Cellar Dweller accounted for. Angus in the basement. Boom, 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 boom. Angus is in the basement, man. First Dweller accounted for. Daniel, what's going on, Daniel? Another Cellar Dweller accounted for. Daniel's in the basement. Angus, you've been first in the basement like 4 out of the last 5 streams. Denver, another Cellar Dweller. First Ozzy accounted for in the basement. Bruins moving the puck back up. They're above the Mason. They're above the 500 line now, Bruin. Your team is 10-9. Mean Green. Mean is in the base. What's going on, Green? Good to see him. Always go New York. Go New York. Go. We're doing this today in honor of OG Bruin, who asked me to do a Bruins game for him because the Rangers and Knicks were off tonight. So we're doing the Bruins for Bruin. We do Bills games. Yeah, it goes Mean. So I don't really have a dog in the fight here. I'd hate to tell Bruin that I'm going for Vancouver, but I am. Sorry, Bruin. OG Cellar Dweller accounted for. Manav in recent smack talker. Manav is in the basement. What's up, Manav? Good to see you, buddy. Everybody, hey, Manav, what happened to you last night? Everybody's looking for you. You were in the beginning, and everybody was looking for you after that, Manav. Bruin, OG Cellar Dweller, and Basement Bouncer in the basement. Bruin, I am starting to hate ESPN Plus. You don't know what I had to go through to get this game going, man. And you know what? I figured out the problem. Why I couldn't get the Tampa Bay Lightning games in for Daniel every time we were doing that. I figured out the problem. I had to uninstall the entire app. And of course, I've recognized this at 10-7. 10 minutes before the game starts, I realized this is not going to let me play the game. It's not going to let me play the game. So I had to uninstall the app, reboot it, reboot the whole TV box and everything, man. Then go through the old system where you got to type in the name, you got to type in your email. It takes an hour. Bruins are pressing right now. Vancouver's missing like 4 or 5 starters, including Demko, their goalie. So, Bruin, I reinstalled the app. Then, of course, I forgot my password. It goes on and on and on. That was funny, though, what you put in the Discord. Good Caddyshack Ted Knight. That was funny. I laughed at that. But I rebooted, so I should never have a problem with ESPN Plus again. I had to uninstall the app. I'm like, this can't be happening all the time like this. It just can't be. So, like I said, at 10 minutes to game time, I have to go through all this nonsense. But we got it going. We got it fired up. I'm like, poor Bruin, if I can't get this game going. I got it going, Bruin. Didn't get a notification from Discord. Shot on. Oh, save. Who's your coach now? Joe Sacco? Angus. Hey, Manav, Daniel, Denver. Almost said hi to myself. Funny. Manav by saying, what's up? Hey, John. Tony, another cellar dweller. Second Aussie accounted for. Tony's in the basement. Manav's back, Tony. Manav is back. We were wondering what happened to you yesterday, Manav. You dipped off. You talked the whole – I love it, Manav. Don't ever – when I say go ahead, Manav, we love it because we've never seen you so pumped up about a sport. So that was just out of nowhere. You're an OG. You've been here a long time. So that was great, Manav. But as I understand it, Australia and India are playing each other again December 6th. I don't know anything about cricket, but I can't wait. I can't wait for the talking. I can't wait. Manav. Bond, they're all saying, man, you better hope Australia doesn't win that game. I don't have a dog in the fight, so I'm just the middleman here. Angus, there's no National Basement Day. Instead, there's a National Leave Your Basement Day instead. Right. And by the way, Angus, I responded to you in the Discord as well. I couldn't see the Arsenal game today. I couldn't see it, man. We weren't home. I just wasn't around in time to see it. I will be seeing the game at 12:30 on Saturday, and I will be live for the Red Bulls, boom, Eastern Conference Finals versus Orlando. I will be live for that at 7:30. Slap shot. Swayman, another save. Vancouver's got 2 shots on goal. Boston has 1, 11 minutes left in the first period. So, yeah, Angus, I saw the score and I saw the highlights. Wow, what domination. Arsenal is back. Fully loaded team. They are back. Odegaard back after his 7-game injury. I mean, he came back against Nottingham. Calafiore's back. They're looking good. They're looking solid, man. Back on track. That's what I need my New York Rangers to do. Get back on track. What is going on with them? They're just flat out on the ice. They have a great record, but goodness, man, come on. Vancouver's got 3 shots on. Hey, Bruin, I shouldn't even talk. My Rangers lost to a dumpster fire last night. St. Louis, sorry, Angus. Shot, push. Lankinen's got it. Lankinen's been around the league a little while, man. Mean says, what's up to Bruin? Tony, what's up, Manav? Denver, made Minnie Malice in the Palace down under. Update. Lifetime ban for Gray Hoodie, man. Good. He should be gone for that garbage, man. What era is he living in? He should be out of here for that, Denver. I can't stand people like that, man. Grow up, man. That's ridiculous. That stuff is so outdated, man. It's ridiculous, man. Good. I'm glad he got banned. He should. Good. Absolutely good, man. Oh, by the way, guys, I did see the Bennington thing. You guys brought it up. I finally looked it up. Man, Bennington fought 7 guys in that regular family restaurant. For those that don't know, Bennington is an old, he's not old, but he's a retired hockey player, and he's a retired, like an enforcer. He was like a real tough guy. And he was at a regular family restaurant, just a local family restaurant that he normally goes to. I don't know the whole story, but apparently these drunk guys were in there giving the staff a hard time. And he went over and told one of them, you leave this staff alone. You leave these guys alone or we're going to have a problem. One of them took a swing at him. And, I mean, listen, apparently he didn't go down. Like 7 guys were on him. This good dude didn't really go down. Or he went down and got back up. He said to those guys, he wants their names, and he's going to blast them all out there on his podcast. He wants their names, and he wants to blast them out on his podcast. That's awesome, man. Hey, that's cool. He stuck up for the people at his family restaurant, man. That's cool. I like that. He said he took some from them, but he gave a lot more back. Rocco wants his TV time. Rocco wants his TV time. Saying what's up to everybody. He's got it going on. Rocco has got it going on. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Rocco saying what's up to everybody. He was outside today. Got some nice breeze out there today. It was like 60 degrees today. We're getting some 30s coming in, though, really soon. Getting some 30s coming in. Manav, went to my parents' house for dinner last night and tonight also because my aunt and uncle are here from San Jose. Nice, Manav. Good stuff. You're always hanging with the family. Bruin, let's go Bruins. Yeah, Bruin, I mean Vancouver. They got a downtrodden team right now. Lincoln and goalie has been around for a little while, man, but we'll see what happens here. Face-off in Vancouver's end right now. Shots on goal, 3 apiece, 10.5 left in the first period. Bruin, yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen again, Johnny. Yep. Yeah, I know. Hopefully it doesn't. What a pain in the neck, man. What a pain in the neck to go through all that. And I did it for you, Bruin. I did it for you. And for Daniel because I can get the Lightning games back in. Because I'm like, this can't possibly be going on and on every time I try to get on the freaking channel, man. It did work the last time with Tampa, but it was a hard time getting out. Today I just uninstalled the app and started all over again. But the system to put why can't you just speak it in? And then I hit like my email, I hit the first letter, and then like 1, 2, 3. Then it shows. Then I hit the second letter. 1, 2, 3. Like, come on. Like, you got to be kidding me. So that's why what you put in the Discord was on point. Angus, I got the Discord notification. That's how I bounce in quick. Yes, you and everybody should get that. Angus has been beating everybody to the punch. I think 3 out of the last 4 streams or 4 out of the last 5, something like that. Angus, let's go Red Bulls. B-O-D, Mickey Mouse. They're going to beat Orlando City. They're going to beat Orlando City, and L.A. is going to beat Seattle. Like, I know there's been a whole ton of upsets, but I don't think the Red Bulls beating Orlando is going to be that much of an upset, right? I think the Red Bulls are on a high right now. They are on a momentum like nobody's business, man. They are on a severe – Cornell is playing off the wall. He's playing amazing because NYC was putting some real pressure on him. Rodriguez and Martinez were putting some real pressure on court. Shot! Oh, he saved it. Swayman, nice save, man. Wow, that was a great save by Swayman there, Bruin. Yeah, I don't want Orlando. I want New York and L.A., and this time let New York beat L.A. because L.A. beat the Yankees. So we got to pay them back. Manav says, what's up, Rocco? Oh, I said Binnington, right? I'm still thinking I'm reading Angus's name, and I'm thinking of freaking Jordan Binnington from last night's conversation. You know what I meant. You know what I meant, Bruin. Still thinking of that overrated player, Binnington. Got me there, Angus. Not a problem, John. You are telling the truth about the Blues. It just, hey, look, the Rangers came out. It's like the like I said last night, every team, I don't care who you are, you hit a flat point of the season, and you hit that point like, what is going on, right? And that's what they did last night. They just did not show up. And the Blues, they were chasing the game. And this is the way it's been looking the last couple of weeks with them. It's just the way it's been looking. So, and not for nothing, right? I mean, Angus, your team, third period-wise, they're -12. Before last night, -12 differential in the third period. We give up 2 goals on like 5 shots. Our defense is terrible right now. I mean, we're top of the league top 5 in the league in a lot of great areas, man. But man, the last 3 games we have looked flat, giving up too many goals and too many shots. And St. Louis hasn't even scored more than 3 goals in the last 10 games. So you know what? The Knicks lost to the Utah Jazz. Sorry, Tony, but the Jazz were like 2-12. We lose to them in an embarrassing fashion, and we made the Nuggets pay for that last night. We made Denver pay for that. We beat them 145-118. The Knicks blew their doors off. And Denver's a really good team. For those that don't know, Denver won the championship 2 years ago. They're still a strong team in the league. The Knicks put it on them last night. They made them pay for them losing to the Jazz. Sorry, Tony. Bruin says, what's up, Rocco? Vancouver always gets hit with the injury. Man, they do, Bruin. Wow. They do. They really get hit with the injury bug, man. Vancouver's had some teams. Remember all those star players, the Sedins and Luongo and all. They didn't like John Tortorella. He was there for 1 year, and they canned him. That's when he tried to fight the Calgary head coach in between periods. Remember that? John Tortorella went after the Calgary's head coach, wanted to fight him in the headed toward the locker rooms. Remember that? Oh gosh, that was a while ago. Do you remember? That was hilarious. Denver, you got to watch some Aussie basketball, NBL. Denver, I tell you what, man, I watch so many sports, man. People want me to watch a lot of different things. I'm trying, man. I've really got footy down now. I've got I'm in the midst of a ton of sports. It's hard to keep up with all of them, but I'll check out some games. I can't promise I'm going to do them all the time, Denver, but I'll definitely check some out for sure. Angus, I do believe that the Red Bulls will win. They will. After they beat Columbus, man, I was a little nervous about NYC playing NYC because NYC dominated the Red Bulls a couple times over the summer, embarrassingly. They beat them 5-1, and they beat them. I forget what the other score was earlier, but I know they embarrassed them. And wow, I was a little nervous about it, and then they'd been off for 3 weeks. So man, they came out like gangbusters. That goal by Cabajo was out of this world. That was way out. How far out do you think that was, Angus? I mean, that was way outside. It was like a one-timer in hockey. I think it was Edelman did the header, went right to him, and he didn't even pause. He just kicked it. He was way outside the goalie line, way outside. That was one hell of a kick, man. Wow, when he hit that, I was like, they're going to win this game. The problem I don't like with the Red Bulls, and if they play the Galaxy, which they probably will, you cannot give breakaways like they gave to Rodriguez and Martinez. You cannot do that. Cannot do that, man. They got some wide open opportunities. Just Coronel is standing on his head right now. Coronel is on fire. Back in Vancouver zone, 8:20 left in the first period. Bruins, sorry. I mean, we're doing the game for you. I worked hard to get this game going, but I am going for Vancouver. The only time I go for Boston is when they play the Islanders. I got to be honest. And you already knew that, Bruin, but you got your game on. We're doing the game for you. Cullen, another cellar dweller, another Aussie accounted for. Cullen's in the base. What's going on, Cullen? Let me catch up on these. Everybody, Cullen. Howdy, Bruin. Hey, Angus. Bruin, I remember that. Oh, remember that? John Tortorella's a psycho. He's a psycho. He went after the head coach in the tunnel in between periods. He was going to fight him. I know Trouba hates John Tortorella with a passion. I understand why. He wanted to get rid of Chris Kreider when he was very young. He almost ruined Kreider's career. I don't dislike the guy as much as Trouba does, but he's a piece of work, man. He's old school. He's definitely old school. NYCFC in Vancouver fired that. Yep, I saw that. NYC's coach may be going to coach the Arsenal women's team. That's what I understand. He might go to coach Arsenal's women's team. That's what I'm understanding right now. Yeah, I saw but Vancouver, why did they fire his coach? They weren't going to beat the Galaxy. They beat Minnesota had a good run, did they not? You might know more about that end than I do, man. But Minnesota, to me, I mean, they played above expectations. Vancouver moving the puck in. 7:13 left in the first period. This is a good game so far, man. Good start to the game. Bruins desperately need to start winning. Well, actually, Bruin, they have started winning. They're 10-9 now. I mean, it's a long season, man. We're fans. We get hyper. It's an 82-game season. We get all upset when our team is what were they, 2-6? The season's over, right? We all get hyped up about that stuff. Look at the Edmonton last year. They had all those injuries. Edmonton was 9-18 or some crazy thing like that. And then they won 17 games in a row. 16? Something like that. They went on a tear when everybody came back. And then they almost pulled the impossible, being down 3-0 in the Stanley Cup final and almost forced a Game 7 and almost pulled it off. 2004, yeah, it was a while ago. Vancouver, they bounced Tortorella after one season. Boom. I don't like I don't think the Sedins and the Luan, I don't think any of those guys like getting yelled at like that. You got to say NBA All-Star Game has become a Mickey Mouse game. If you think of your All-Star Game, NBL and NBA, guarantee the NBL All-Stars will try to embarrass the NBA All-Stars. Denver, it'd be very hard. The NBA All-Stars, that's a real tall order, man. The NBA All-Stars, that's a real tall order. I hear you, Denver. I'm just saying, that's a real tall order, man. And the NBA All-Star Game, I do agree with you. The NBA, the NHL, and pro football is awful. Oh, another shot. Lankinen, another save. Baseball, MLB All-Star Game is actually pretty cool because you still have to hit the ball. I mean, in hockey, the goalies don't try in the All-Star Game. The NBA, I like the skills contest better. I like watching the three-point contest. I like watching the dunk contest. I like watching the skills in hockey, the shooting and the movement of the puck and how they do that. But the actual games, pro football is just a joke. That's the worst one by far. The worst. That is the worst one by far. They used to actually play back in the 80s and 90s. Like they really played. They used to. Bruin, I like Tortorella. Yeah, Trouba hates Tortorella with a passion. And I get it. I didn't like it either when he tried to get rid of Kreider. I didn't like it either. And I don't like the news now that they're talking about Kreider. I knew Trouba was going to be in trade talks. He's been in trade talks since the offseason. I knew that. But Kreider, come on, man. Kreider's doing well this year. I mean, Mika's not doing well. And Capo Caco, you can get him out of here too. Mika at least has a past where he has shown that he can be great, but he is having a really bad start to the season. I think he still only has 4 goals. But you know how many teams would take Mika Zibanejad right now? Chris Drury, our GM, does not sit around. He knows he has a team with a small window right now, like the Buffalo Bills. They have this window to win. Centered in front. Oh, man, that was close. Still scoreless. 4 minutes left in the first period. Angus, Vancouver coach is a psycho, plus he always gets the team to the playoffs and chokes. Oh, that's what it is. But it's hard to call it a choke this year, though, isn't it? They beat Salt Lake City, which they weren't supposed to do, in 2 great penalty shootout. We're at commercial, guys. 2 great penalty shootouts, right? St. Clair was standing on his head in that series. And then you went out and played Galaxy. Galaxy is way better than Minnesota. Like, I wouldn't call that would you call that a choke? I wouldn't call that a choke. I mean, they weren't supposed to do anything anyway, but in the past is the past. I'm saying this season, I think Minnesota played above their heads for a while, and then they got a reality check when they played LA, right? They got a reality check when they played LA. LA is fast, man. Angus, they are fast. 6 goals. And they beat Colorado 5-0 in the first game 1, 4-1 in game 2, and then put up 6 on Minnesota. So what is that? 6-5-1. That's, I mean, come on. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. 6-5-1. 12. Look how long it took me to figure that out. They beat these teams 12-3 combined. NFL has an obsession with No, that's more than that. They scored 4 in the second game. I added Minnesota's. So it's actually 15. It's actually 15. 6 goals, 5 goals, and 4. That's domination. So Minnesota, to me, that's not really a choke. LA is going to worry me against the Red Bulls, but we can pull it off. Angus, NFL has an obsession with flags, whether the Pro Bowl is flag football and NFL refs being in love. I'm really sick and tired of the NFL, Angus. I got to tell you, man. I never in my life thought I would ever say that. I never in my life thought I would ever say that, man. I'm sick and tired of the NFL. And not just because the Jets are a joke. The Jets have been a joke my whole life. Just about. I'm talking about the flags. It's the entertainment league. I've been over this. They protect their fantasy players way more than anybody else besides CTE. You can't even legally hit somebody hard, shoulder to chest, blast them. If they're a big fantasy player, man, you're going to get flagged. It's all subjective now. Manav, have a good day at work, Cullen. Cullen, have a good day at work, man. Chad, just turn the camera so we can see the game and I can get shut down? No way, Chad. No way, buddy. Can't do that, man. Can't do that, man. Wish I could, but I can't. Trust me, I wish I could show the game. I really wish I could. I'm not better than what do they think? I'm going to be better than the announcers on there? I talk like a fan. They're professional announcers. I talk like a fan. Educated fan, but that's what we do. 3:10 left in the first period. Boston has 6 shots on goal. Vancouver has 3. Oh, these guys can't shoot, Bruin. Do you know right now, if either one of these teams was playing my Rangers, we would have given up like 20 shots by now. I'm not even kidding, right? We played Calgary and gave up like 21 shots in the first period. Every day is a good day, Manav. That's right, Colin. Every day is a good day. Way back. Another cellar dweller, another Aussie accounted for. I believe you're the 4th Aussie accounted for way back. What's happening, man? This is getting to happen. Good day's thrill seekers. Yes, sir. I'll be on tomorrow night. For the Rangers and the Knicks, it's a double dip. One starts at 7, one starts at 7:30. So in between periods, I should be able to go to the Knicks. Whoever starts first. I think the Knicks start at. I'll check it out. I think they start at 7, and vice versa. Whatever. We've done the double dip games in here before. Thanksgiving Day, we'll see. Thursday, if I do any games, it might be early. We'll see. Manav, yup, buddy, way back. What's up, way back? Everybody saying what's up, what's up. Manav, what's cooking, Bruin? Colin, I never said I was leaving. Oh, okay. Well, Manav said, have a good day at work. I thought I missed you saying something. I missed saying something. So that's oh, no, like. I'm seeing the Rangers start at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, then the Knicks are at 7:30. So we'll do like we did the double dip that we always do in here. Chad, hit subscribe, hit the like button, buddy. How's Brock playing? He's playing all right, but there's no goals right now. Vancouver only has 3 shots on goal. That's it. Boston has 8, but I'll tell you what, man, you're a Vancouver fan, I take it. Oh, right on Lincoln and save again. Wow. Bruin, what's going on with your team? You guys have opportunities up the wall. Lincoln is like going back in time right now. JT Miller's out. I always like JT Miller, Chad. I always like JT Miller as a Ranger. I wish we had never given him up. But he got better after he left us. He did well with Tampa, and then I think he went right to Vancouver after that. But he was a really slow starter for us, but the Rangers gave up on him too quickly, man. Thankfully, they didn't do that with Alexis Lafreniere because his first 2 years, he was very, very slow start. Now, no Ranger fan would get rid of Lafreniere. Nobody. But, man, there was a ton of them that wanted him gone back a couple of years ago. Angus, typo, I guess. Cullen, what's up? What's up? Everybody saying what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Way back, I don't know. Lockport isn't in here. I don't know the latest. Believe it or not, way back, I'm on my 4 months off of WWE. I haven't watched WWE in probably since SummerSlam. I'll pick it up again in January. Lockport is your guy for that. Manav is a guy for that. Manav knows it too. Manav, are you still in here? He knows about WWE. I fall off it and then get back on it because sometimes they run the storylines for too long and then I get bored and then I'll get back into it maybe down the road. Oh, thanks, Chad. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I mainly do all New York sports in here, but we do other sports for other fans in here. Like OG, we're doing the Bruin game because our man OG cellar dweller Bruin, who is also our basement bouncer, is a Bruins fan. So we're doing the game for him tonight, even though I'm going for Vancouver, Chad, because I'm a New York fan. I don't go for Boston teams unless they're playing the New York Islanders. When they play the Islanders, I always go for ball. I go for anybody that plays the Islanders, Chad. I hate the Islanders. I am a Ranger fan. I hate the Islanders with a passion, to where I'd go for a Boston team. So there you go. Now you have it. But now, old bloodline. Oh, there you go. There you go, way back. Old bloodline versus new bloodline Survivor Series is Saturday night. Oh, yeah, Lockport was telling me about this. He wanted me to watch it. Saturday night, the Red Bulls are playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. Boom, right there. That's what we're doing. We're doing MLS Saturday night. Although, actually, by the time that game's no, because LA's playing right after that. Angus, I wish the send button isn't right below the erase button. And the periods also. You seem to have a problem with the periods there. B dot low dot the erase dot button dot haha dot. Manab, is The Rock getting involved this time around? No. Tony, good day, way back. I'm at work, so I can't type much. Tony's in the building, though. Tony is in the building. I appreciate it, guys. You guys are at work. Still checking in all the way from Australia, man. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, way back. You saw the way back. Did you watch Aroldis Chapman? I saw you commented there on the Discord. Was that insane or what? That 101 to all the way up to 105 on like 4 or 5 pitches way back. That was pretty crazy. Aroldis Chapman is 36 years old. And doing that to a guy like Manny Machado, who, again, is one of the better hitters in baseball, man. Like, you saw that first swing on the 101. He, like, did it. He, like, spun around. He completely missed it. It's amazing he even touched the 103. He fouled off a 103. And then that 105 was just ridiculous, man. That's why he just stood there like when he struck out. Machado just gave him the smile back, man. Yep. Cullen, the way you talk about the NFL, Johnny, I pretty much feel about soft freeze and suspensions drive me crazy. Yeah. and Cullen, I was an NFL diehard. I don't care if the 2 worst teams in the league were playing each other. I would not miss a game. It could be right now, like the version like the Carolina Panthers playing the Cleveland Browns or the Jets. I would not miss a game. Not 1 minute of one game. Now it's become a freaking joke. It really has. And yes, if my team was doing great, I would still be watching them. But I can't, as the overall thing, the overall league is really getting bad, man. It's getting really bad. The games are taking forever. Reviews take forever. There's no other sport that I watch where reviews take forever. That's where soccer comes in is so great. 45 minutes, no commercials, the clock does not stop. Yeah, they add stoppage time, but that's better than sitting there with timeouts. Wait, let's look at a review. Sit back. It's commercial right now, guys. Just sit and watch another review. Sit back, watch another review. I mean, it's become the National Entertainment League. Have a good day at work today, Tony. That being said, I still am going to do some big NFL games. I'm still going to do some. Buffalo Bills, we got plenty of Bills Mafia in here. I'm going to do some Bills games. So I'll still do some. I might do one on Thanksgiving Day on Thursday. Thursday, I might do an NFL game. Tony, Bruin, everybody saying what's up. Angus, Tony, way back. Someone's got to keep the country going, Tony. Yeah, Tony, someone's got to take care of way back. What's up, Angus? Chad, I'm in St. Lucia and can't get any NHL streams or subscriptions on this island. Really? Wait a second. You can't get subscriptions? Really? Well, join us anytime in here, Chad. Too bad I can't show the game. You're in the West Indies. I had to look that up. I'm not the West Indies. You can't even get you can't get applications, nothing? Wow, I didn't know that. We got guys in here from Australia. We got guys in here from Buffalo, which is basically Canada. Where is our Buffalo guys tonight? Way back, yeah, that's crazy, JB. What 60 feet. 60 feet, that's it. So you got to figure when he throws, Aroldis Chapman's over 6 feet tall. So by the time his hand goes out, it's probably like, cut that down to about 58 feet, 57. That was nuts, right? That's why Machado stood there and just smiled at him. Like, I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? That last 105, that was at the bottom corner of the strike zone by his knees. You're not hitting that. But you knew, like, at the first pitch, when he swung at that first one and just whiffed and, like, it did that twirl, That's some serious business, man. That's serious business. And Aroldis Chapman's 36. He has the record. When he was younger, he set the Bruin. Isn't it still the record? Or Angus, 106 miles an hour? Isn't that still the record? I think it is. But he was way younger then when he was playing for the Reds. So I knew you and Bond would like that, man. Tony, if you haven't seen it, Tony, check it out. It's in the Discord. Aroldis Chapman's 105-mile-an-hour fastball. But it's like a 5-pitch at bat. It starts with 101, then goes to a couple of 103s, then 105 and 105. It's insane. You're on a vacation or something, Chad? Yeah, Bruin, that's a good question. Oh, he's in St. Lucia. I thought he said he lived there. I didn't read it in full. You hang out around here long enough, Chad, you'll see none of us guys were just a bunch of fans. None of us are that brilliant. Way back, did you like the Eric Banya description of the AFL? Very much so, and I like the documentary, too, that Tony sent on the 89 grand final. It took me forever to watch it, but I finally did watch it. So we're at the end of the first period here, guys. It's 0-0. End of the first period, 0-0. You know what's funny? I wanted to change the channel to look at the Utah-Canadian game because Bruin loves the Canadians. I'm scared to do anything on this ESPN Plus right now. It took me forever to get what I had to do today. It took me forever. So I'm scared to even do anything right now. End of the first period, 0-0. There we go with the banner. Angus, I watch the NFL only if there's no soccer to watch. Yeah, yeah, it's year-round, man. Soccer's year-round. That's what's great. MLS ends December 7th with the Cup, but the Premier League goes, till May? And then soccer MLS picks up again in February, so we're all good. Texas, another cellar dweller accounted for. Texas in the basement. What's going on, my man? Shout out to Mr. Marine, as always. Shout out to Mr. Marine. We're all thinking about you. If you're listening, Mr. Marine, we all care about you. Basement family is right here waiting for you when you're ready to come back, man. Shout out to Mr. Marine. Amen. Angus, way back. What's up? Tex. And we have Footy. Footy's coming back. By the way, way back, and Cullen and Tony and Bond and everybody else. Raleigh, our other Marine, he's getting into footy now. He's been watching some stuff. He's getting into footy. Raleigh is getting into footy. He actually likes what he's seeing, man. We might have another American here getting into the footy. Got another one. Next time Raleigh jumps in here, man, we gotta talk to him, man. He's ready to watch. Angus says, "What's up, Texas?" Chad just built and opened an air. Wow, did you? Wow, nice, man. So you are living there. You are living there, man. That is awesome, Chad. Well, welcome in here, man. We're on all the time. I'm on tomorrow night doing the Knicks and the New York Rangers, man. Knicks and the New York Rangers tomorrow night right here in the basement, man. And then, like I said, Thanksgiving Day, we'll see. Thanksgiving Day, we'll see. I may not be on at all. I may do one NFL game. We'll see. We'll see, man. William, love the channel, man. Much appreciated, William. Thank you very much for dropping in and supporting the channel, man. Appreciate it, man. We're just a bunch of fans on here talking crap about everything under the sun, including the game that's going on. What's going on with you, William? Subscribe and hit the like button, man. Join us anytime, man. We're always here. Most of the week, I'm here. Most of the week. What's up, Tex? Well, you guys are typing a lot. Let me catch up. William, nice, Chad. Raleigh? There he is. OG Cellar Dweller and Marine. Our Marine representing the basement. And by the way, Raleigh, if you're not aware, no, you're not aware because you weren't with us. Raleigh, man, Mr. Marine, your Marine Corps brother, his sister passed away. You know about her stage 4 and what he was going through with her at the hospital. They sent her home, and she did pass away a couple of days ago, Raleigh. So keep him in your prayers, keep him on your mind. Next time he pops in here, we just wanted to fill you in on what was going on with Mr. Marine. Angus, you need a VPN, Chad. Oh, yeah, Chad, you're in the right area here, man. We got some people in here that actually know what they're doing. Don't ask me. I don't know anything. I don't even know how I get this thing turned on. You should have seen the mess I had to go through to get this ESPN Plus going again. Raleigh, how you been, man? Tony, does Canada have many NHL? Yes, they have 7 teams. Canada has 7 teams in the NHL. Vancouver, Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton. Who am I forgetting? Calgary. Who am I forgetting? Wait a minute. Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, Ottawa, Calgary. Who the hell am I forgetting? Wow, that's bad. Who am I forgetting? I'm not going to look at the stream. I'm going to Montreal, Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver. Who am I forgetting? That's really bad. Is my brain going like that? Let me start with the teams they wouldn't think of first. Ottawa, Calgary, Vancouver, Edmonton, Montreal, Toronto. I can't believe it's the same team that I'm forgetting. Wow. Wow. I'm looking down at Rocco like he knows. That's really bad. I'm having a brain lapse right now. All right, one more time through. If I can't think of it, I'm going to be humiliated when someone tells me. I'm like, how did I forget them? Ottawa, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto. Why is this one team escaping my brain? Oh, boy. Use a VPN. William, love your Rangers jerseys you have, bro, especially the sharp navy third jersey. Yes. Yep, William, there it is. And I got the Stadium Series from last year. That's right. That one's nice. You're right. Panarin, right? Yep. This is, what's funny? I didn't know how it was going to look when I first saw it on TV. When I got it in person, I was like, "Oh, this is nice." I didn't feature them today, William, because they embarrassed us yesterday by losing. But that's a New York thing. That's what New York teams do. The Knicks get blown out by the Utah Jazz, who get their 3rd win versus the Jazz. Then the Knicks turn around and they made the Denver Nuggets pay for that last night. 145-118. They punished them all night. And Denver's a great team. Denver's a great team. I mean, it happens. Teams drop one to bad ones. I keep saying sorry to Angus because I'm making fun of his team, and yet they killed my team last night. Nothing without a VPN, I guess. Yeah, Chad. I guess not, man. But Angus is on that stuff, man. He knows a lot about it. Bruins good with that. We got some techie guys in here. I am not one of them. Trust me. I worked hard to get this Bruins game on, and I'm not even a Bruins fan. But I did it for OG. Bruin in here is one of my OGs. Been around here for a long time, so we got the game going for him. Wayback says, what's up, Raleigh? Cullen thought Buffalo was Canada. Pretty much is. Come on, who's the team I'm forgetting? I can't believe I'm forgetting this one team. I'm ashamed of myself. Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, Ottawa. Who am I forgetting? Really shameful. Cullen. I believe that's 106 miles an hour. Yeah. Aroldis Chapman he did that with the Cincinnati Reds way back in time, 106. So to think now, 10, 12 years later, if not longer than that, he hit 105.4 actually in that video I dropped in the Discord. And that's like on his fourth and fifth pitch in that at bat. Salute. Hi, Raleigh, William, Tex, and Cullen. We're all thinking of you, Mr. Marines. Yes, yes, yes. We certainly are. Certainly are. Looking forward to the day he gets back in here. Yeah. Let's see something here. All right, I'm back. 58 feet is nearly 8. A cricket pitch is 20 mountains. Yeah. Yeah, and remember, like, Aroldis Chapman standing still doing that. I'm not comparing the two sports. I'm just saying he's standing still throwing that hard at that age. So with his arm length to be 6'1", got to be another – and he's stretching into it, right? So he's standing here and then throwing into it. You're probably cutting down a good 2 to 3 feet. So probably about 57. So – yeah, it's pretty amazing, man. It's pretty amazing. And that's why I like Shane Warne's spin bowling, if that's the right term. Because it reminds me of curveball and sliders. And they come in and they just break off. And it just throws people off because you see it coming one way and it breaks a completely different way. I love watching pitchers that can do that. That's why when I saw Shane Warne, I said, man, that is incredible. They can hit that ground and just boom, boom, and then go right back over and hit that wicket. Insane. G'day, William. G'day, Tony. G'day, way back to Buffaloes in Canada, Cullen. Johnny Bay. Oh, yeah, man. I got all these too, man. My vices are jerseys and classic metal and rap T-shirts, man. Rap rock band like Cypress Hill. Like, that's one of my favorites of all time, man. And Body Count. Body Count's another one. Ice-T and Body Count, the original rap rock band. Everybody likes to say Rage it was Body Count. Body Count came out in 91, I believe. So, yeah, I grew up with all the classic T-shirts, man. And those are my vices now. I don't drink. I don't do anything anymore. So those are my vices. Raleigh needs to join the Footy Tips. I believe he does way back. I believe he does. Where'd Raleigh go? I'm way behind. Let me catch up. Lions versus Roos. Oh, yeah. Saturday night, our time. I can't get it over here, Colin. I'm just going to have to find out about it. Weren't they in it last year, the Lions? Weren't the women's team in it last year for the Lions? I thought they were in it last year and lost, right? Did they? Or am I totally wrong on that? Angus, the closest I've been to Buffalo is Niagara Falls. I've been to Buffalo in the truck. I've been to Buffalo once in the truck, and I've been to Buffalo when I went to the Rangers-Sabres game when I met Gunner and remember Bill's King Mafia, Daniel. He used to come in here a lot. I don't know what happened to Daniel. Speaking of which. All right, we're getting the second period underway. 0-0. Let me get the banner caught up. Now I'm getting in a rhythm here. I'm getting in a rhythm. Getting in a rhythm. Start of the second period, 0-0. And Vancouver's playing with a lot of injuries. Want to join our Footy Tips? Yeah, Colin, you should join the Footy Tips. Raleigh, yeah, I got to get more into footy games to understand it more, but I ordered my line. Did you really? Brisbane Lions, that's the way to do it. Where's Charlie? That's the way to do it, man. They've been to back-to-back grand finals, which is basically the Super Bowl, Raleigh. Lost the first one, won the second one. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Raleigh. You're on with the right team. Raleigh, it took me a little while to understand it also. Your best bet, YouTube some games. They'll give you the whole game. and just listen to the announcers. All of us in here will help you. They know way more than I do, but I know a hell of a lot more than I used to know, Raleigh. But it's a great game, man. It is a real exciting game. I got three Lions Guernseys. But yep, you got all the guys in here. Hey, Raleigh. Yes, I'm glad Raleigh's into that. Raleigh, now we got to get you into soccer, man. we're working you in. William, my Raiders absolutely stink. Worst record since 2014. That's right, William. You know what's funny, William? And I was bringing this up to people. Oh, Bruins on down. Lankinen with the save. How did the Bruins not score there? Holy crap, Bruin, what is your team doing? Bruin Lankinen was out of net completely. Like, if this is the net, he was over here. All of this was wide open, man. What happened? What happened? What was that about? Bruin, how did they? Anyway, they're still in the zone right now, but my goodness, man, that was a gift. Boston has 10 shots on goal. Vancouver has 3, 18-19 left in the second period. Yeah, William, what I find funny, I'm going to go through some of these, is Miami fans that talk a lot of crap. I have Dolphin fan people I know that are like, hey, look at it. You know, at first they make fun of the Jets, and then they make fun of the Raiders. Oh, they haven't won anything since this is all the changes that has happened since the Raiders won in 2000. Last one won a playoff game in 2002. I'm like, y'all haven't won a playoff game since 99. Why does Miami get a pass for that, William? Miami gets a pass from the media. They get a pass from everybody. They haven't won a playoff game since Dan Marino was their quarterback. That was in 99. And they beat the Seattle Seahawks, who aren't even in the AFC anymore. But somehow they get a pass for all this. I feel your pain, William. I feel your pain. Damn, that's awful praying for Mr. Yeah. It is awful, man. He really went through it with her, and he went to Staten Island with her too, man. And he was in here for a couple streams in a row, and then she passed while he was on one of the streams two nights ago. So yeah, man, it's awful, just awful, man. So we always have him in our thoughts here, but I wanted to fill you in, Raleigh. Cullen, I suck at tipping way back. Can't tip with my heart instead of my head. Yeah, Chad, J.E. Yeah, I've been a 43-year fan of that dumpster fire. 43 years of that dumpster fire garbage crap show that goes out there, man. What a joke. It's one thing when they were bad, Chad, and they knew they were going to be bad. That's one thing. All right, we knew they were going to be bad. But this year, what a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Tony, well done, Raleigh. You're a Brisbane supporter. Amen. Raleigh. We got a break right now. Raleigh. Look at this, Raleigh. You got the classics. And I even bought the baseball jersey Form 1. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, man. Come on. Come on, man. Let's do it. Brawley's on. That's awesome. Icing. I believe that was icing on Boston. I'll tell you what, Bruin, you guys are getting a lot of shots. 106 miles an hour. Yeah, that's what I was looking up when he did that. I think it was 2003. Not 2013 maybe. The fastest pitch in baseball history is thrown by Aroldis Chapman. Fans and media have rounded it off to 106. It technically was 105.8, which is 170.26 kilometers. There you go, way back. Shot on Lankinen again. Boy, Lankinen's like Marty Brodeur in there tonight. Aroldis Chapman from Cuba did this for the Cincinnati Reds in a game against the San Diego Padres. September of 2010. Interesting. And the one he threw 105.4 that he struck out Manny Machado also plays for the Padres. So he did that in 2010. He's 36 now. So that's 14 years ago. He was 22 then. Can you imagine? He came 0.4 of a second from tying his record 14 years later at age 36. That's insane. So there you go. Alberta. Oh, shoot that. Come on. Sorry, bro. I'm going for Vancouver. Shoot. You already knew that coming in. And you know what's funny? We've all said it was 106 miles an hour forever because we did round it off. It's 105.8. What I just 106. So it's 105.8 technically. Yes, I guess everybody over the years has rounded it off. Isn't that funny as fans and me? Like, we just, and then you believe that that's what it was. Yeah, it was 105.8, which is damn fast anyway. Alberta, thank you. Winnipeg. How could I forget Winnipeg? How could I forget Winnipeg? Who's dominating the league right now? I can't believe I could not think of them. I cannot think of them. Yes, the other Jets. Oh, who mentioned Jets? Oh, thank you, Chad. Look, see what tear I went into? I was talking about the New York one. Whew. Thank you, Chad. Look where my brain went to right there, Winnipeg. Thank you, William. Yep. Best record in the NHL, right? I can't believe I couldn't remember them. Brain lapse right there. Way back. You'll fit right in then, Cullen. Yes, you will. You'll fit right in. Boston bringing it back up. They got 11 shot. Lankinen is standing on his head. It's like Brodeur in net tonight. I can't believe the saves he's making. 15:23 left in the second period. Vancouver is on a power play, but you wouldn't think so because they were in the wrong zone for a while. Swayman saved that. Vancouver has put zero pressure on Swayman. He's in a hammock. Top of the point. Quinn Hughes. That's Jack Hughes' brother, Jack and Luke Hughes. Is that the other brother? I think so. Cullen, I'll put it. Lou went into the tipping for the first time. He beat me and a few other people. Johnny's brain repressing the word. Yeah, it's just you say Jets, and it sends me off in a whole nother tandem. Sends me off on a whole nother tantrum. Chad was probably like, "What is this guy talking about?" I'm talking about Winnipeg. You'll get used to us in here, Chad. If you hang around long enough, you'll get used to us, man. None of us are brainiacs, I promise you. We're just fans that talk a lot of crap. William, wow, that's very sharp, man. Yeah. Yep, it's true, though. 100% true. Don't ever – sorry, Bruin. Boom, 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 boom. Vancouver scored 1-0. 1-0 Vancouver. Sorry, Bruin. I do go for your team over the Islanders. Come on, man. You got to give me that. It's hard for a New York fan to go for anything Boston. You know it. But I do go for your team over the Islanders, so you got one thing for me. Yeah, it's true. William, don't ever let a Dolphin fan talk crap to you, ever. They haven't won a playoff game since 99. They haven't won. Dan Marino was their freaking quarterback then. They make fun of the Jets like, wait a minute, guys. You know what? They haven't even won a playoff game this century. And they make fun of other teams. But the media gives them a big pass. William, they gave them a big, big pass. To end it on this for a minute, because I beat this to death yesterday, so these guys probably ears are bleeding me talking about it again. The media smashed the New York Jets for not being prepared with an older quarterback to have a suitable backup last year. I mean, they have Tyrod Taylor this year. It was a great backup. It would have been great to have last year. But anyway, killed the Jets for having Tim Boyle and Zach Wilson and the whole thing, right? Miami now, Tua, William, right? Tua is injury prone. He gets concussions. Miami was not prepared with a backup quarterback. And in fact, they had Tim Boyle, the guy that the Jets got rid of, that the media crushed the Jets for not being prepared for Aaron Rodgers to get hurt. It's like, well, you can't, don't worry about Miami because, Tua got hurt. Yeah, but they had the same backup the Jets had. You're not killing them for that. So Miami fans talking is weird to me. They make fun of you guys could have picked Dan Marino and you didn't. You picked Ken O'Brien, not Dan Marino. It's like you guys took Dan Marino and didn't even win anything with him. Don't ever let a Dolphin fan talk crap to you, William. They have nothing to talk about. Cullen, forgetting things you really should remember, Jim. Yeah, I know, Cullen. It's really bad. And I'm like, I don't know everything in sports, but you guys been with me. I know a lot. And I couldn't believe I could not. And I kept saying the teams over and over and over. And I just could not nail it. And the best team in hockey right now, no less. The best team. You would think I'd forget like Ottawa, right? Like Ottawa's a forgettable Canadian team. You'd think I would forget them. No, I forget the team that's killing the league right now. In the 80s, the Blues almost moved to Saskatoon. Yeah, that's right. And I want Quebec to get another team. I want the Quebec Nordiques to get another team. Oh, the goal's under review right now, Bruin. Are they saying this was a hand pass? He kind of redirected the puck. I got to say, I could see that goal coming back, Bruin. I could see that goal coming back. The puck hit his hand, right? The puck came in, hit his hand, and the player didn't grab it. He didn't grab it and to redirect it. He kind of like let it hit his hand, and he kind of moved his hand that way. Hold on. Wow, they're giving it a good goal. Oh, my gosh. That really could have gone either way, man, but I thought they were going to pull the goal because he did. It did hit his hand, right? And he kind of bumped it that way to his teammate, which is totally illegal. It deflected off him. I mean, that part you can't help. But pushing it that way, yeah, he didn't technically grab it, but that was it. Listen, Bruin, that was a cheesy goal. I'll give you that, Bruin. That was a cheesy goal. Oh, yeah, Bruin. You know it, Bruin. Hey, I put in a lot of work to get your game on today, Bruin. I put a lot of work in to get this freaking app going. Making Bruin feel real special today. Bruin, I'd love to do a Bruins Islanders game again. That's fun because I'm going for your team. We'll be going for the same team. So they're being outshot 12. Vancouver, by the way, is on another power play because for those that don't know, the Bruins scored Vancouver scored on a power play, which ends the 2 minutes, no matter where it is right there. But if you challenge a goal during any time of the game, you challenge a goal and you lose the challenge, the other team goes on an automatic power play for 2 minutes. And that's what just happened. So Vancouver's on basically a back-to-back power play. All right, Tony, very good. Bruin, I wonder what would have happened if the Blues or Penguins. Oh, my God. The Penguins would never move out of Pitt. That's a big move, man, because they got a lot of fan base in St. Louis, and they have a huge fan base in Pittsburgh. Could you imagine if they moved Pittsburgh out of there? Me too, man. Huge. Maiden, Judas Priest, Megadeth, Metallica, you name it, man. We always talk about this stuff in here. Mr. Marina's huge on that. Motley Crue. I saw Motley Crue in May, William. I saw him in Atlantic City. As a matter of fact, William, if you go to my shorts on my channel, you'll see how close we were to Vince Neil and John Five and Tommy Lee and all of them. Shoot on net. Went over Swayman's glove, but it wide of the net. 12:26 left in the second. William, if you go to the shorts and hit popular, I think the most popular short I have is the concert. And we were like right there. Vince Neil was like right there. I mean, it was a great concert, and they were good. Maybe it's because we caught them in their second date on the tour. It was their second show on the entire tour because they were really good, man. So William, look at the shorts and look for I have like 3 of them on there. Take a look, man. You'll love it. Angus, they would have moved to Florida, Bruin. Florida. Tampa has a great fan base, man. They really do. You guys hear me shout out that all the time. Michael, what's going on, Michael? Yes. Eddie, come on, man. It's legendary, man. I got a ton of Maiden shirts, man. Ton of them. You guys are going to make me break out everything I have out here. Jersey-wise, I'm nowhere near the hockey guy. Have you guys ever watched it? I know Bruin knows him. You guys want to see a guy that has 1 million jerseys? Go to the hockey guy. That guy has a home, away, an alternate, and a third jersey for every single NHL team. I kid you not. I kid you not. Bruin can vouch. I kid you not. His name's the hockey guy, and he's awesome. He knows more about hockey than anybody I know, including myself. Shoot, I couldn't even name all the Canadian teams right off the bat. Vancouver, oh, what a turnover right in front of Swayman. How did he miss? Oh. How did he miss? Swayman left the net to challenge the shot. Dude, don't do that. You don't stop in any sport until you hear the whistle. You don't stop until you hear the whistle. Chad, St. Lucia Kings just wanted to see. Oh, Chad, you got plenty of cricket fans in here. Manav is our cricket ambassador. You got Manav's our cricket ambassador. You got Wayback, Tony, Bond, Bagger Dave when he's in here. You got tons of people in here that talk about cricket. Chad, you're in the right area, man. You got plenty of guys that talk about that. I don't know anything about cricket except Shane Warne was amazing to watch. I like watching his videos. I was totally blown away at how that guy's spin bowling was out of this world. And I don't even know anything about the game, but I know that dude is nice. Vancouver, back to full strength. It's back to full strength now. 10:52 left in the second period. 1-0 Vancouver. William, definitely fasted to be ready for tons of turkey on Thursday. Yes, I might. I said, guys, I might. I'll be on tomorrow night doing the double dip. Knicks and Rangers. Knicks and Rangers tomorrow night. Rangers start at 7, and the Knicks start at 7:30. I hate when they do that because I'm a fan of both teams, and I love both teams. So I'll have a Ranger jersey on, a Knicks hat, or a Knicks jersey on with a Ranger hat. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Michael, Hawthorne. Yes, you got Wayback and Tony in here as Hawthorne Hawks. Amen. Yep, there you go. Wayback and Tony here, Hawks fans, big Hawk fans. Lions to 44 defeated the Roos 27, and they did. They won. Now, Wayback, was I right? Was the women's Lions team in it last year and lost? Because I know when the men lost, didn't their women team go there and lose? Michael, yes, Rangers. Boom, 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 boom. And they need to make up for this crappy streak that they're on, giving up a ton of goals, no defense. Don't get me started with the Rangers, man. And Matt Rempe, I love as a fan, we love what Matt Rempe does out there. Peter Laviolette is not – there's a reason why Matt Rempe goes down to the minor leagues a lot, because he takes personal emotion – has a personal contest with another player. He doesn't care about what the score is. He doesn't care about where the team, how it's going to hurt the team. And he goes after it. Like he laid out Neighbors yesterday. If you guys missed it, pull up Matt Rempe's hit on Neighbors. Now, Neighbors was arguing with Will Cooley. Will Cooley is at commercial break right now, guys. Will Cooley learned how to be, well, he was an aggressive player. He gets in people's faces. He runs his mouth, but he can shoot. He can score goals. He has balanced his game, and he knows when to do that stuff and when not to do that stuff. Rempe still has not learned this, man. As a fan, we love it. Neighbors was talking a lot of crap to Cooley. Then Rempe got in his face at the end of the second period. And then, it was one of those, Rempe's twice his size. And, one of those, when everybody gets in between, then Neighbors was like, oh, yeah, pointing around and behind people because now he knows it's not going to be a fight. Well, third period came around, and Rempe laid him out. Laid him out. Bruins saw the hit. He laid him out. But he did it dirty, and the Rangers were losing 3-2. Now it's an automatic power play for roughing. Even though we didn't give up a goal in that scenario, wrong time, kid. You can't do that then. Your team is in the final period of the game. You're down 3-2. That's not the time to go out and take out a personal vendetta on another player because he said whatever he said to you. You can't do that. That's what he's got to learn. As fans, we love it. And every time Rempe puts a check on anybody, that's, the fan crowd stands, everybody's cheering. But this is why Matt Rempe did not play in the playoffs last year. Hardly at all. Or in big, big games toward the end of the season because of stuff like that. Laviolette is not going to play a kid like that cannot control his emotions in the game and not knowing what point you're at in the game to be doing something stupid like that. So that's what I got on that. Michael, well, the weather is too good. Oh, the weather's been great here, man. 61 degrees today, but we got some 30-degree days coming in. Vancouver bringing it back up. Raleigh, agree, Johnny. The Dolphins are 5-6, and they're saying how they're a sleeper playoff team over the Chargers and Raleigh. It's insane. Like, I have personal friends of mine that like rip on my team, and I'm like, look, I don't defend my team. It's a joke. This team hasn't won a playoff game since '99, Raleigh. Some people aren't even old enough to remember that Seattle was an AFC West team. They were in there with the Chargers and the Broncos and the Raiders and the Chiefs and Seattle. That was the AFC West way back when. That's how long ago that was. Dan Marino was the quarterback. They haven't done anything, Raleigh, nothing. They're the last people, and they get such a pass. They get such a pass by the media. It's insane. You literally could say same old Jets. How about same old Miami? They've made dumb moves. They've done their owner is almost as bad as ours. So I don't understand why they get a pass, Raleigh. I don't get it. Buffalo fans can talk. Patriot fans can still talk, even though they're in last. They've owned the division forever, right? They can still talk. Miami fans have nothing to say. They haven't even won a playoff game this century. Haven't even won one this century. They'll say to me, yeah, but when's the last time your team made the playoffs? Dude, when we made the playoffs, which will now be 14 years ago, we made it to the championship game. Like, we won playoff games this century. Y'all haven't even done that. And that's really bad if a Jet fan can talk crap about winning anything. What's worse, not making it in 14 years or not winning one since 99? A playoff game. Just a playoff game. That's really bad that conversation's even around, but Miami gets a pass. All right, off that pedestal. Michael, Angus, forget the fact check. Fact check what, Angus? I've been talking so much, I forget what we were even talking about. Little snow or rain. Haven't had anything on the snow or rain department here. William, yep, Mr. Marine, prayers up. That's right, man. We're always shouting out to Mr. Marine every day. Every stream is dedicated to Mr. Marine. Every single one. Raiders need a welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. How long has that been going on? For you and me. Bills lost 4 Super Bowls. They did, but they're on the way back. I mean, they've been winning playoff games. They did a turnaround, man. They got Josh Allen now. Dolphin fans, to me, it's all about them. They talk a lot of crap, and they've done nothing. The media gives them a pass. That's what I'm saying. The media gives them a pass. William, oh, wow, those Lions jerseys are sharp. Yes. Brisbane Lions, man, the footy's insane. I've been into it for 2 years. I had no idea what was going on. The whole thing, and I think I was telling Raleigh this, YouTube games. Raleigh, YouTube, the Brisbane Lions, Sydney Swans. Oh, well, that was kind of a blowout game. If you want to see a close one, look at the one from last year. Brisbane Lions, even though we lost. Collingwood Magpies. That was one of the greatest grand finals ever. And I got to see it. And I've asked these guys that have been watching footy for a long time. They agree that was one of the greatest grand finals ever. One of them. So Raleigh, man, Brisbane Lions versus Collingwood. We lost, but, man, it was a great game. Or do Brisbane Lions versus Geelong Cats. Oh, there's so many good ones, man. But anyway, how long you been a Raiders fan, William? Sounds like a while, man. Texas, oh, wait, I'm way off in the stream. I'm trying to catch up. They're just coming back from commercial now. Michael, Raiders were great in the 70s and 80s. Lyle Alzado, Jack Tatum, George Atkinson, Marcus Allen, Jim Plunkett, the cast-off, right? Jim Plunkett was a bust. Number 1 overall pick for the Patriots. Got bounced to the 49ers. Got bounced to the Raiders. Boom. Raiders, man. Mad Stork, Ted Hendricks. Oh, man, that team was monsters. Monsters, man. That Raider team was like, you want to talk about intimidation? That's why I always laughed at the Bounty Gate thing. Hey, man, we've never seen stuff like this, laying down threats on players. What? Never seen it before. You ever watched the Raiders or like the Bears in the 80s or the Giants with Lawrence Taylor in them? Lawrence Taylor never threatened anybody on the field? Yeah, sure. Right. Yeah, right. Okay. Of course I have a Kreider jersey, William. Of course I do. Come on, man. Come on, man. William, you got to check out the Hockey Guys channel. I have nothing compared to that guy. Nothing. Yeah, Devils. I agree with you there, Michael. Amen to that. Amen to that. Islanders are the ones I hate the most. I hate the Islanders more than any other team. I mean, any other team in hockey, by far. If I had to choose Devils or Islanders, I would go for the Devils. If I had to choose. I hate the Islanders more than any other team. Amen. Right there. That is the statement of the day. Amen. 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 Gunner, William, I know you've seen Gunner in here a few times. Gunner has said it, and he's right. When the media and the fans and all these haters say Josh Allen and Igor, they are so overrated. What have they won? These are the two guys to blame, right? Igor, look at Igor in the championship finals, in the conference finals against the Panthers. Yeah, look at him. The guy was under rapid fire the entire game. He was the problem. Gunner's not in here right now, but Igor's playoffs this past season, 2.3 goals against average and a .927 save percentage. Yeah, he was the problem. Josh Allen throwing the guys in the playoffs last year right in their hands, including Stephon Diggs. Right in their hands, and they're dropping it, but that's Allen's fault. 105.8 is close enough to 106, right? I know. That's why when I read that out loud, for the media and whoever wrote that sounded like a hater. For the media and the fans that say it was 106, it's technically 105.8. Oh, okay. Sorry for rounding off the final 2/10. It's not even like someone else came close to that. You know who came close to that? Chapman. He came close to his own record, 105.4 against Machado this season. So it's not like somebody else came technically close to that besides him. Pay Igor. Yes, Lyle Alzado was true Raider. What a sad documentary. I saw that documentary on Alzado, man. Wow. The guy was a legend, man. Started with the Broncos, went to the Raiders. Tom Jackson. Remember Tom Jackson? He was still 1-0, guys, man. This has been a great game. Both goalies are playing great. Lankinen is playing out of his mind, and he's the backup goalie. Demko is out. I don't know what his injury is. JT Miller is missing for Vancouver for personal reasons. But he's been missing for a little while now. Chad, you know what I couldn't believe when the Vancouver traded away Bo Horvat and sent him to the Islanders? What was that about? Why'd they get rid of him? Of all people, besides Pedersen, of course. But I mean, why would you get rid of Horvat? I didn't understand that. Thanks, man. Enjoyed the company. Of course, Chad. You're welcome here anytime. Chad, I'm with it, man. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on the Vancouver. I don't go for Boston at all. Except against the Islanders. You'll have that down, Chad, by the end of the stream. People think, you go for all. I don't go for all New York teams. That's the one New York team I don't. And I don't go for New York City Football Club. I don't go for them either. Ever. I don't go for them either. Michael Lyle was a warrior. Oh, man. Please. Lyle Alzado was, and you know what? Look at that play, though. That was almost a beautiful goal. That was a beautiful stick handling right there. He just missed the net. Rizzo, man, he came around the net, took the puck up, went to whip it around, and he just missed the net wide. I'm glad he missed it, but that was a really nice play. Really nice play. Chad, yes, Bruin, cool. Loved Mike Richter back in the day. William, man, you're shouting everything I got, man. Come on. It's 30 years since we held one of these, man. I think it's time. Another save by Lankinen. This guy's a brick wall today. Bruin losing to your boys in the final still hurts. Oh, man. Tim Thomas and Roberto Luongo, the Sedin brothers. Yeah, listen, it hurt me too. I was going for your team then too, Chad. My favorite quote. Boston's getting a power play right now. I didn't see what happened. Look at Rick Tocchet, man. Rick Tocchet, a lot of people didn't want him as a coach. He's done really well. I thought he's done really well with Vancouver. Slashing. I missed it. Oh, Michael, I have a bunch of them, man. Mashed potatoes and gravy, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes. Oh, man, come on. I have a bunch of them, man. That's a bunch. Way back, JB, what AFL video did you find best explaining the game? Oh, I will send it to Raleigh. As a matter of fact, good one. Raleigh, you're in the Discord. I'll drop it in there. It actually breaks it down really well. At the end of this period, I'll look it up. It's on my channel, but I got to figure out where it is. Raleigh, I'll look at. As a matter of fact, hold on. Boston with the shot. Another save by Lankinen. 5:45 left in the second period. Boston's pressing, man. They're pressing. They just can't get past Lankinen, man. This guy's on fire. Marchand. Let's see if I can find it quick there way back. That's a good shout out on that one. I'm looking it up right now while I oh, there it is. Wow, way back. I found it. Let me copy it. Raleigh, I'm dropping it in the Discord right now. I'm putting it in the general area. Raleigh, this is a great beginning video of understanding the rules right there. I just dropped it in there, Raleigh. Take a look at that. It's a great one, Raleigh. That helped me out a lot. Man. Big slap shot. Saved. Oh, man. Bruin, man, your team is having a hard time scoring. Williams still can't believe that Dan Marino. I know. That's the other thing I tell him, because the Jets took Ken O'Brien, who was very good. He wasn't Marino, obviously. They make fun of us for like, hey, you guys could have had Marino. It's like, all right, you guys actually had Marino. You got the same thing we got. Nothing. I mean, like, you didn't even, they had Marino and didn't win anything. Can you believe that? They only went to a Super Bowl once, and that was in his second season. Chad, all right, man. Thanks for dropping in, man. Appreciate you checking out the stream. I'll be on again tomorrow night with the Rangers and the Knicks double dip. We'll be doing both games in here and talking about a whole lot of crap. I bet Chad was a pretty tough loss. Oh, yeah, the 2011? Oh, boy. See you around, Chad. What country are you from? Manav. India. Manav's from India. Oh, yeah, Colin, you weren't in here the other day. You wouldn't have had to ask that question. Colin, you would not have had to ask where Manav is from the last couple of streams. You would have known. Trust me, you would have known. Lankin, another save. Wait, we might got a little fight here. Got some swinging. .345 left in the second period. Still 1-0. Lankinen is standing on his head in this one. At my age, I randomly forget things, JB. It drives me crazy. I know, me too. Look at me. I couldn't even name the 7th team in Canada. I've been watching hockey like for over 40, 50 years now. Well, not 50 because I wouldn't have remembered it when I was like, a toddler. But I've been watching it for at least 43 years. I couldn't even think of the 7th team, the best team in the league. I'll be sure to root for Carolina tomorrow. I'm sure you will, Bruin. I'm sure you will. I don't blame you. As long as you never go for the Islanders, we're good. Only Rick the Ninja is the only guy that follows this channel that's an Islander fan. Canucks are a joke team. Canucks have a lot of injuries this year. A lot of injuries. They have a lot of injuries this year. Manav. Where is Manav? I just had you up, Manav. Let me catch up on these guys. It's commercial right now. Let me catch up on these. Stuffing Michael. Yeah, Bruin Lankinen standing on his head. Because Bond, another cellar dweller accounted for. Bond's in the basement because I'm B-O-D. Oi, oi, oi. B-O-D. Oi. Come on, Bond. You're going to have this in my head again tonight. I want the Dead Lizards to do that, man. That is a Bond. I've been thinking about this, man. This has to happen. If Wayback doesn't want to do it, I get it, but it has to happen. Quite the entrance, Bond. Hey, he's trying to challenge GB. Trying to challenge GB with the intros. We're trying to get a song to hear together, Cullen. Oh, yeah, William, did you check out the shorts? Did you check them out? Go to shorts, hit popular. You'll see it right there, man. You'll see it right there. Oh, Halford's a legend, man. Come on, talking Judas Priest, man. Halford, Bruce Dickinson, Mustaine, Hetfield. These are legends, man. Lemmy. We can go on and on. We have these conversations in here all the time, Michael, all the time. I'm still catching up. Manav, originally from India. Cullen, yep. That's what I was saying. He was letting everybody in Australia know where he was from the last couple of days here, Cullen, if you're a cricket fan. You need a Dead Lizard tee. I do need a Dead Lizard tee. I got to work on getting you guys something to mail. Angus, when I lived in Florida, I never heard about hockey. It wasn't there then. But Tampa, you live in the Tampa area. Remember, I was there for a little while, man. The Tampa area. The Lightning are bigger than the Rays and the Bucks. Bon Scott would love the BOD song. Oh, come on, man. It's legendary. No doubt. And it fits right in. Bon, that was genius. It fits right in. Hey, Bon, how did you like, way back and I were just talking about it, he saw it, how'd you like Chapman's 105-mile-an-hour pitches, man? The 101, 103, 104, 105. He has the record, too. He set the record when he was 22 years old at 106, 105.8 technically. He came within 0.4, 14 years later, of tying his own record. G'day, Bon. How they hanging? I'm going to pass a couple of these. Another shot by the Bruins. 3:20 left in the second period. And remember, Bruin, to be fair, when I did the Bruins and Islanders with you, I went for the Bruins. So I did go for them one time. So I expect when the Rangers play the Islanders, you will go for the Rangers in the stream. I see things are clearer now. Yes, Australia rules footy. Check it out. Yes, check it out. I love it. I love the game. Absolutely love it. St. Louis, Missouri, calling home to the St. Louis Blues hockey team. Yes, the one that embarrassed my team last night. Embarrassed them. Maybe it was the BOD that sent Bon Scott to heaven. Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Boy, what a legend. What a Basement Hall of Fame statement, man. Wow, he had no idea what he did. And he came in here to, troll us. Lions 44, Roos 27. We talked about that. Yep, great point. He's a young kid, Rempe. Yeah, he is, man. He's got to learn. But Laviolette, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's not going to tolerate it. I mean, we all get it, but just poor timing, man. He's got to learn. Will Cooley is the same type of guy. He's not the size of Rempe. It's the same type of guy, though. He'll swing with anybody. He'll check anybody. He gets aggressive. He runs his mouth, but he knows when to do it. He also can score. His game is balanced now. Will Cooley's game is balanced. Rempe needs to learn from him. I'm not seeing some comments for some reason. Really? Are you guys having issues seeing comments? 150 left in the second. Bruins are all over the zone of Vancouver. Campsite. Full campsite. Full campsite. They're out shooting them 20-8, but losing 1-0. 1-0. 20-8, being outshot 20-8, but the Vancouver's winning 1-0. 1:30 left in the second period. Crazy. Where are the BS forwards? FFS soccer has high-scoring games than the Bees. Markup, welcome into the basement, Markup. Yep. Hey, listen, the Bees, I don't know where the Bees forwards are, man. They're BS forwards right now. I mean, they're out shooting them 20-9. They're living. They got a campsite in Vancouver's zone. They got a campsite. They got tents up. They got burgers and dogs, a campfire going. They got s'mores. They got the families playing volleyball. Everybody's hanging out in the Vancouver end, except they're not hanging out in the back of the net. They're not scoring. Lions W going back to back. Yes. Amen. I agree. That way back, they're hanging like another AC/DC reference right there. I'm not drinking tonight, Johnny. Okay, fine. Man, craziness. Sorry, I've been listening to ACD all morning. Trust me, I walked Rocco last night. I told you that song would be in my head, except it's not TNT. It was BOD. And every time, by the way, I hear that song just pop up on the radio, that's what I'm going to be thinking about that. Now that song is like that way now. Slumby, another cellar dweller accounted for. Slumby in the basement. What's going on, Slumby? How you been, man? How you been? Hey, man. Red Bulls Eastern Conference Finals Saturday night right here, Slumby, right here. MLS right here, Saturday night. New York Red Bulls going to win and go to the finals. They're going to go to the championship. They're beating Orlando. Watch. Be right here, 7:30. 7:30, Slumby. I know you've been enjoying the MLS playoffs. Bruins are still trying to score here. 21 shots to 9. 18 seconds left in the second period. Thanks, Michael. Very cool, Bond. Since birth, I'm Raider Nation. Oh, yeah, there you go. You just stay with it, man. Stay with it, man. I told you, I think they got the greatest. The black and silver is the greatest. They're the greatest jersey combination in the league. I've always felt that way. Love the crowd, especially the A on the front. Yes, sir. Yep. That was my son got me that for Christmas, man. Yep. Great jersey, man. Great jersey, man. End of the second period. Let me catch this up 1 second here. Where did I go? All right, hold on. End of the second period, still 1-0, man. This is amazing. The Bees cannot score. All right, let me get back to these. Let me catch up on these guys. All right, Manav. Manav is out. OG Cellar Dweller, Manav. Good night, Johnny Dwellers. I'm going to eat my dinner with my family now. All right, Manav. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow night. Manav. I will be on tomorrow night. Can't promise Thanksgiving. If I do come on Thanksgiving, it'll be for one game. We'll see. Catch Manav. Everybody's saying later. Think Demko is recovering from a knee. Yeah. Lankinen is filling in amazing tonight, man. Wow, he is playing great. Way back, we don't have 1 cent and 2 cents coins in Oz, so we're rounding up. By the way, it's always rounds up and never down. That's right. Never down. Good night, Manav. Raiders, great club. I read Al Davis's book, man. I mean, the things that he expected done, you could never do. An owner and a player can never say the stuff Al Davis said in that book about what to do on the field. He expected his guys to play by intimidation. You could do that back then. He said that quarterback, you have to drive him into the ground and let him know you're there all game. That wide receiver, in his book, it said it. That wide receiver, if he doesn't catch the ball, you got to lay him out. Let him know you're there. You did that nowadays. Even an owner or anybody even said that nowadays. It's the No Fun League. It's the National Flag League, National Entertainment League. And it's beyond the CTE. I get the CTE. I do. And I respect it. I get it. But they've turned it into now where the referees are subjective. If they think a hit, even if it's legal, if they think the hit was too hard, oh, that's an important fantasy player. Flag. What's for dinner, Manav? That's right. You didn't tell us. In my opinion, man, Igor is one of the best goalies in all of hockey, no doubt. The Rangers have the best tandem with Igor and Jonathan Quick. Until the last game against the Oilers, Jonathan Quick went into the Oiler game as the backup. 4-0, .91 GAA, and .970 save percentage. Obviously, he got beaten up in that game, but overall, he's been playing great. He didn't give up a goal in over 147 game minutes. It's back-to-back shutouts plus a couple periods. Dahl and Sabazi way back. There you go. Got me on that one, Manav. Indian food way back. Yep. Figured that. Michael, what a great watch along. You know your stuff. I know, well, we're all fans in here, Michael. I've been watching sports for a very, very long time. I don't know everything, man. I don't. But it's intriguing, man. We're just on here hanging out. Michael, the basement is a hangout. We talk about sports. We random sports, all that stuff, man. We just we leave all the other life stuff out of here. It's just about sports, man. And trust me, Michael, when we get something wrong, any one of us, we rip on each other for it, man. We don't let each other live it down. If you hang around long enough, you'll see what I mean. I hear Johnny reading Riley's comment, but I'm not seeing Riley and a couple of others. Riley? You're not seeing him? Oh, I'm way behind right now, Cullen. I'm trying to catch up. Lankinen is too good right now. You might see him in a minute. I think you're way ahead of me. Michael, was Marchand goes well? Who goes to step up? Yeah, Marchand, what's going on? I haven't said his name much tonight. He hasn't even been the antagonizer either much in this game. I'm used to Marchand, like, running his mouth. Like, he usually is a big antagonizer in the game. I don't know. I haven't said much about him. William, I love that year. Mark Messier said the Rangers would win the Game 6 of the finals, and they did. They were down 3-2 to Martin Brodeur. 3-2 when Brodeur was just a rookie back then. They were down 3-2, and they had to go to New Jersey for one of them, and they won that night. And Mark Messier, when he guaranteed the win, he got a hat trick in the third period, and they won that game. And then they won Game 7 on who? Stephane Matteau. Stephane Matteau put that in Game 7. The Rangers go on to Vancouver. Gunner, OG cellar dweller and basement bouncer in the basement. What's going on, Gunner? Good to see you in here, man. Angus, and go check out that footy video too. Yeah, I put it in I should have put it at everyone. It's in there, though. It's in general. I want Raleigh to check that out. It'll really help him out a lot. Howdy, Gunner. I'm blowing through all the hellos. Good day, Gunner. They went to the Super Bowl and San Francisco destroyed them. Which one are you talking about? The Broncos? Montana and the company killed them, if that's what you're talking about. I missed something. That was the 55-10 extravaganza. Hey, Gunner. Snazzy, snoozy, sneezy, snazzy's in the basement. I think the Dolphins are going to sneak into the playoffs. We were just ripping on the Dolphins. Forget the Dolphins. They might make it to the playoffs. They're going to win one. They haven't won one since 99. Dolphin fans get a pass by the media. 100% pass. Snazzy. We were just talking about this. They haven't won a playoff game since Dan Marino was their quarterback. And Seattle Seahawks was the team that they beat when Seattle was part of the AFC West. There's people in this chat right now that weren't even alive the last time Seattle was in the AFC West. But they get a pass. They always get a pass. Miami, for whatever reason. The Raiders, in my opinion, have the most – they do, 100%. The silver and black, and it's a shame that the Raiders just for their history alone, should be a part – they should always be in the mix. You need the Raiders in the mix. Agree with that, William. Yep. I'm not a Raiders fan, but I like the Raiders aura from the past. You know, just win, baby. The whole thing. I love the aura of and Al Davis was a New York guy. He wanted them to be intimidating like the Yankees. That was in his book. He wanted that intimidating, like the Yankees always had those intimidating batting orders. And that's just the way it was. And Al Davis grew up with that, grew up in the Mickey Mantle era. And he saw all that, and teams were intimidated by that. He wanted his Raiders team to be a baseball version of that. Bond, today, you guys can have that. We discuss that all the time. It is fall here, and you guys are getting that. Tampa Bay Lightning have a giant fan base. I'm a Lightning fan. We lived in Tampa for 13 years. I drove the big rigs all around the country, so I've lived in a few places. I've always said on here, William, the Lightning, I have a Vasilevsky and a Stamkos jersey. The Lightning, and going to those games is exciting. They have a great fan base there. Jeff Vinnick was a great owner there. When I started there, John Tortorella just left. Barry Melrose was the head coach for that long. Guy Boucher took over. Guy Boucher was the coach of the Hartford Bulldogs back then in the AHL. Then he came into took over for the team. He was a decent coach. Mike Smith was their goalie back then. Artemi Netamaki was the backup. They had another guy named Dan Ellis. And then the Lightning went through a whole bunch of backup goalies like Dwayne Rollison, who was good for the Oilers and the Islanders. He did pretty decent for Lightning. And then they brought in Ben Bishop, who was great. And then Vasilevsky, first ballot Hall of Famer, came around. Hot and humid. Oh, you guys can have that. I say that every time I see it because we got brutalized here in New York over the wintertime. Over the summertime. I don't miss it. You guys can have it. We're a good 6 to 8 months away from even worrying about that. Michael, always Bruins against that. Well put in. Yep. Gunnar, I joined the stream at 8:37. Let's see when Johnny reads this. At 8:53, I'm trying to catch up. These guys got me. You know how, Gunnar, I get on my pedestals on certain topics, man. Started off very wet. Bond, JB, I just watched the baseball video. What did you think of Chapman, man? That's pretty insane, right? That was pretty insane. With his arm length, he's about 57 to 58 feet away throwing at that speed. It's incredible, man. I figured you'd get a kick out of it. Way back liked it too, man. That guy's 36 years old. Through the last pitch he threw was 105.4. He himself set the record at 105.8. We all rounded it to 106, but 105.8 was the record set by him 14 years ago when he was 22. He came within 0.4 of tying it. Yeah. Hope you liked it, Bon. We need to start doing polls for an official Basement Hall of Fame. We do. I'm going to write some stuff down so we can start doing some polls, Angus. We got to have Hall of Fame statements. We'll have like shameful Hall of Fame in here too, because I'm a part of that with my Angles. Remember the Los Angeles Angles? Remember that? I'm guilty of that because I couldn't read proper spelling. I was doubling down that I was right. I was doubling down on my mistake. Like I own some stuff in here too, guys. Colin, I'm watching out in the sticks. I think it's my connection, maybe, because I'm almost caught up now, believe it or not. Rempe is young, needs season down with the Wolves. Michael, I love Matt Rempe. I love Matt Rempe. So don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it from a coaching standpoint. Peter Laviolette is not here to, the fans love it. Come on, we're all fans. We love seeing that, pointing back and the hitting and the old school hockey, all that type of stuff. Remember Aaron Asham? Like stuff like that, man. And, but you got to know where you're at in the game, man. You got to know where you're at in the game. You're down 3-2. That's not the time to blindside the hell out of Neighbors. And it was a blindside. He says, oh, man, he was starting. Yeah, Neighbors was starting to turn this way, and your body was already right here. You're 6'7", 250 something, right? So he's starting to turn his head. Oh, and there he is right there. I mean, he got laid out. It was definitely roughing. I can't argue that. But he's got to learn where you're at in the game. You're down 3-2 in the third period, dude. Well, you're putting your team in a hole, and he did it a few times last year. So, Michael, to your point, yes, he's young. He needs to learn. That's why I said he needs to look at Will Cooley. Will Cooley is a balanced player. He'll never get sent down to the AHL anymore. Captain, another cellar dweller accounted for. Captain's in the basement. New York Knicks last night, Captain. What a bounce back. They made Denver pay for that Utah Jazz embarrassing loss. We made them pay last night, Denver. It was too late for me. You know me by now. I can't do those late games, although I did do the first half. So tomorrow, Captain, I'm doing the Knicks and the Rangers. We're doing a double dip tomorrow night. Dr. Basement, where's my wrench, buddy? Just kidding. Glad you're active again. I'm back on. I've been on for a few days here, Captain, but I don't. You know by now I don't do the late Knicks games or Ranger games. The West Coast or Yankees when they're on the West Coast. It's too late for me. But I did do the first half last night. Slumby's enjoying the MLS lately, man. That's good. Go Bulls. JB, go on, sing it. You know you want to. Oh, come on, man. You guys, I'll never get that song out of my head. I need 2 minutes, guys. I'm trying to blow through these and catch up. You guys are typing maniacs today. Slumby, I'll be there for it for sure. Have you thought about streaming Arsenal games? Occasionally, yeah. Gooner has the best streams for the Arsenal, man. But we'll see. I might do something. Maybe I'll get with Gooner and do a combo with him. I'd like to talk to him about Josh. I'd like to talk to him about that. Maybe occasionally doing a double stream for the Arsenal. That would be cool. Bruin, you'd like to know this. Montreal is losing 1-0 to Utah until we're watching highlights. Sorry, now it's 1-1. Angus, Rocco is on the ballot. Rocco is the greatest basement mascot. He's right here. Rocco's sleeping right now, guys. For those that don't know Rocco, he is a legendary basement mascot. He's 14 years old.
up, Dwellers? I'm glad you're not yelling. I don't have to flick lights.
Rock says what's up to everybody. Rock in the basement says what's up to everybody. That's right. She's happy she doesn't have to flick any lights tonight. William, teams hated the Raiders playing back them in the 70s and 80s. No doubt. Jack Tatum, George Atkinson, these guys would lay you out. Was it Michael Haynes? Yeah, Michael Haynes. I think his brother Mark played for the Giants. Yeah, Mike Haynes. Yeah, another one. Marcus Allen. Come on, man. These guys. Deion Branch, please. That's why when Richard Todd and the Jets beat them, remember the Jets with Gastineau, Klecko, Abdul Salam, God rest his soul, he just passed away. Marty Lyons, Lance Mill, Greg Buttle, Darrell Ray, Lester Lyles, man. That Jet defense was amazing, but they're the Jets, and they always find ways to lose. But that Raider team was no joke, man. No joke. And for those that don't know, a little trivia, Tom Flores was the first minority to win a Super Bowl. Not Tony Dungy, it was Tom Flores. He's the first minority actually to be hired in the NFL. I said Tony Dungy, not Art Shell. Tom Flores was. Then Art Shell. Texas, I think Manav is eating Australians. Man, Texas, we love like Manav. We've never seen him like this. What's up, Rock? Everybody saying what's up, Rock? Angus would have voted for Rocco in Texas. Amen. Yes. Just great. You got me. Thanks, Michael. That's awesome, man. We're just a bunch of fans in here, man. That's all we are. Cullen, between the scissors and the X, there's 3 lines. Click that and click all the messages. There you go. Texas, break it down. Cullen's usually on point, though, with this. Gunner, who's the best all-time Raider? Marcus Allen or Tim Brown? Come on, Marcus Allen. My San Fran comment was about Miami. Didn't realize how far behind you were. Oh, yeah, and that was Dan Marino. That was his second year in the NFL. He threw 48 touchdowns in his second year. Joe Montana at the end of that game told him, oh, man, don't worry, kid. You'll be back to plenty of these. Never went back again. But yet Miami fans make fun of Jet fans. Like, you guys haven't won a playoff game since 99. Gunner, you remember when the Jets got ripped for having Tim Boyle and Zach Wilson and a whole plethora of quarterbacks backing up Aaron Rodgers, and they weren't prepared. We weren't prepared. They should have known. The media killed them. They should have known Aaron could get hurt. They weren't prepared. Did Miami? Tua gets hurt, gets concussions. Was Miami prepared with a backup this year? You didn't hear about it. The media never saw. Oh, and who was their backup? Tim Boyle, the guy that they killed the Jets for last year. Tim Boyle, you didn't hear a peep about it. Not a peep. Yeah, thanks. Texas, done with that, but not helping. Never mind. Don't get them all, Cullen. Yeah, trust me, Cullen, it's because I'm way behind. You might think I'm reading stuff. It's because I'm probably like 50 messages behind. William, yeah, with Al Davis, the commitment to excellence. Amen. What a great owner. I know he had some rough times at the end, but, man, what a great owner. And a great commissioner and a great everything, man. He didn't take any crap from anybody. Al Davis didn't take any crap from anybody. Charles Woodson, in my opinion, is one of the greats of the Raiders at defense. He's one of the greats of all time, William. He's one of the greats of all time. Charles Woodson's up there with Deion Sanders and Darrelle Revis and Champ Bailey and guys like that. Yeah. Darryl Green from Washington. Darryl Green is like the most underrated cornerback that played the game. Like, you never hear about Darryl Green. He was amazing. Adam Gray is another legend. Yep. You're naming them all, man. See you, Cullen, and way back. I always forget Woodson was a Raider. Yeah, because you remember him on the Packers. I remember when who's that big running back from the Giants? I remember when he ran Woodson right over, man. Al, another cellar dweller, another Ozzy accounted for. Al's in the base. What's going on, Al? Appreciate it, Al, dropping in, hitting the like button. Man, a big Australia supporting here. All right, guys, you got to give me 2 minutes. The third period's about to start. Everybody's saying, what's up, Rock? What's up, Rock? Rock. Hey, Rock. No, I ain't leaving. I was just saying I see you. Oh, good. Okay. Gunner says, what's up, Cullen? Bruin says, what's up, Rock? Way back. Angus. Rocky. Rocco. Yeah, he's – Rocco. I try not to knock everything over, but there he is, guys. You see him? Rocco's getting some good resting right now. He's on his meds for his arthritis. Rocco's basement strong, guys. Rocco is basement strong, as you know. I don't know. When I think of the Raiders, I think Marcus Allen or Jim Plunkett. Yes, remember Jim Plunkett was a cast-off. #1 overall pick for the Patriots. They called him a bust. Went to the 49ers. They called him a bust. Went to the Raiders. Boom. Took off. Tom Flores, Raider legend. Amen. Yankee Kyle, another cellar dweller accounted for. Yankee in the basement. For those that don't know, subscribe to Texas Hockey Cards. Subscribe to Yankee Kyle. These guys got great channels. Texas brings in the cards. Kyle brings in some great talk, man. You guys subscribe to their channels, please. Ray Guy. Yes, great punter. No doubt. How about Kenny Stabler? Kenny the Snake Stabler. Saying what's up to Al, punter, baby. Yeah, one of the great. How about Janikowski, man? Not only was he a badass field goal kicker, he'll also kick your ass. Colin Wade, even I've heard of Dan Marino, so he must have been good. Really good. Really good. I remind the Dolphin fans that say the Jets could have taken him. We could have. We didn't. It's like, well, you guys did take him, and you didn't win anything with him. Charles Woodson will always be a Raider first, no doubt. Once a Raider, always a Raider. And that's why I don't like William, but other teams take that. The Raiders own that statement. Once a Raider, always a Raider. Other teams jump on that. It's like, doesn't sound the same. You know, like Joe Namath's guarantee. When other players, I guarantee a victory. Yeah, it's not the same flavor. Back then, that was the AFL trying to survive. Trying to survive. The AFL was trying to survive. So when Joe Namath said that, I guarantee we're going to win. That would have been like, remember the San Diego Chargers played in the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers and Steve Young? That would have been like the Chargers beating that 49er team. That wasn't going to happen. Remember that Charger team? They had Stan Humphries at quarterback. And Natron Means, remember Natron Means Business, the running back for them? Yep. William, Charles Woodson was originally drafted by the Raiders when he left Michigan. He's always a Raider to me. Howie Long, boom, Yankee. Yankee Kyle drops in and drops Howie Long. I know we got on Lyle Alzado and all the big names. Howie Long. Yes, sir, number 75. Just getting underway in the third period. I need 2 minutes, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. It's still 1-0. Vancouver is being outshot 24-9. 24-9. Lankinen is standing on his head. You got to give a shot. I mean, the guy is playing outstanding goal. He's doing some great goalie tending right now, man. Great goaltending right now. Agree. Once the Raider, always a Raider statement. Yeah. It started with the Raiders. Like, other teams bite off that, and it's just so cheesy to bite off that. Once a Raider, always a Raider. And teams started biting off that. No. Howie Long is definitely a Raider legend. You guys got it. If you haven't seen it, it's called 30 for 30. It's an ESPN documentary on how Lyle Alzado. They have great ESPN documentaries on everybody. Or was that an NFL Network documentary? Anyway, it's Howie Long documentary, Lyle Alzado documentary, but Howie Long's in it. He talked about how much he learned from Lyle Alzado, man. That guy was a monster. And he could have been in the Hall of Fame, but because of his mistakes with steroids, he wanted people to know not to make those mistakes that he had made. He would have been in the Hall of Fame. And the end of his life, he was a shell of himself. Wow. Another save Lankinen. This game could easily get tied up. It's only 1-0. Vancouver needs to score another goal. Jack Tatum was a legend. He paralyzed Darryl Stingley. Do you remember this? In a preseason game, he paralyzed the Patriot receiver Darryl Stingley. And it was a legal hit. It wasn't a dirty hit or anything. It was legal, but he paralyzed him. That's a true story. You can look it up, Darryl Stingley. William McGree, Lyle Alzado. Oh, man, that was sad. That was sad. And for those that don't know, even Tom Jackson, right? Tom Jackson. For those that remember, Chris Berman and Tom Jackson used to do the fastest 3 minutes together. They did I would still wish they did the opening for Sunday games and then the end highlights for games. But Tom Jackson was Lyle Alzado's teammate in Denver, and he said it, man. Lyle Alzado, he could have been in the Hall of Fame, but that steroid thing was so important to him that people don't do it, man. And what it did to him and did to his body. He had brain cancer, I think, William, right? Brain cancer is what he passed away from. His body was a shell of himself. I mean, that guy was he was a perfect Raider. He was the ideal Raider. Him and Jack Tatum were like the ideal Raiders. Bruins bringing it back up at mid-ice. Marchand all the way up. Marchand looked like, oh, wow. Now he's talking. Finally, where's the Marchand show been? If we're going to do the Bruins games, it's kind of I expect Marchand to be running his mouth at somebody. He's the perfect guy you want to hate unless he's on your team. That's what Brad Marchand is. He's the perfect guy that you want to hate unless he's on your team. Then you love him. That's how the best way I can describe Brad Marchand. Broke my heart. Yeah, definitely at the end. It was terrible. Terrible. Gunnar, to all my fellow Bills fans, who do you think the most underrated Buffalo Bills player is? It's kind of funny, Gunnar, but going back to your statement, how about Josh Allen? I still think Josh Allen's very underrated to the rest of the league, to the rest of the media, because they still talk about how the Chiefs is, all right, they lost. You hear how they're placating, oh, the Chiefs are still going to be fine. They're going to win 3 in a row. They're brushing off the Buffalo losses, all right, well, they're not going to win them all. They're Buffalo's not getting as much credit as they should be getting for beating the Chiefs, Gunnar. They're not. They're not getting the credit they deserve. The Chiefs are getting more of a pass for losing. Do you notice that? Jack Tatum, the hit he said was insane. Oh, man. Yeah, that Darryl Stingley, that was really sad, man. The dude was paralyzed for life. I remember that hit was on national television, on ABC. I remember when I was a kid and saw Joe Theismann's shin bone come out of his skin when Lawrence Taylor and company broke his leg. Ended his career, Joe Theismann. Ended his career. Broke his leg, man. His shin bone came out of the skin a little bit, right in Lawrence Taylor's face. Yeah, you know what, Gunnar? One thing that's great about Buffalo, and I don't think they're getting a lot of credit for, look at they're not going to win the East. They lost too many players. Then they have a ton of injuries, and they're still winning. And that's a shout-out to McDermott, by the way. And I was one guy that thought McDermott had taken the team as far as they could at the end of last season. Look what he's done. It's like Tom Thibodeau with the Knicks when he lost every starter except for Brunson and finishes number 2 overall in the East last season. I've kind of changed my mind on McDermott a little bit, man. I mean, it's hard not to, man. The guy has coached a team that a lot of teams would be devastated by all those injuries and loss of players and having to get new relationships and teams working together. Oh, there we go. We got a couple of swings now. I think Boston's out shooting Vancouver 27-12. I feel like a goal is coming, though, Bruin. I feel like a goal's coming. Oh, Doug Flutie. The Music City Miracle. Remember that? It's because who didn't play? Doug Flutie. Wade Phillips. I don't know if he gets the full blame or not, but how do you bench Doug Flutie for the playoffs and put Rob Johnson in there? Didn't Rob Johnson get sacked 7 times in that game? Flutie wouldn't have been sacked 7 times. I'm give or take 7, give or take. And then the Music City Miracle happened. Yep, boy, I remember that. That's the first thing I think of when I think of Doug Flutie. You guys remember what team he originally started with? Guys, remember what team Doug Flutie originally started with? He played for 2 teams before he went to the CFL. Vancouver, I mean, this whole game has been in Vancouver's zone. It's amazing that Vancouver's winning this game right now. Seth, another cellar dweller accounted for. Seth is in the basement. 14:40 left in the third period. 1-0 Vancouver. Seth, Lamar Jackson is having another one. Lamar Jackson's having a great season. Lamar and Josh Allen are so underrated by everybody. Well, they always lose. Well, who do they lose to? They lose to the Chiefs. This is what I expect, Seth. I expect Buffalo or the Ravens to beat the Chiefs. That is what one of these teams need to do. As an outsider looking in, it's one of these guys need to do that. I don't know if you're scoring on Lang. Bruin, are you watching this? Oh, here we go. More pushing and shit. There you go. Now we're throwing some punches, man. I think the Bruins are getting frustrated. They cannot score on Lankinen, man. They cannot score. They are in his face this whole game. The Bruins are getting frustrated, man. They're starting to push and shove. And Lankinen is like on the ice, on his side. And he's doing all these wins, saving all these pucks. Frederick, Brazeau, they're all getting in people's faces, man. This is crazy. Bruins are getting frustrated, Bruin. I'm just being an analyst right now. I'm not taking sides. Well, I am taking sides, but uh-oh. Brazeau, who's getting the power play? Hold on. Lankinen this is unbelievable, man. Yeah, Bruins going on the power play. One of the Vancouver players ripped their helmet off. You can't do that. Al, most hated AFL player, unless he is on your team, Toby Green. A lot of people. Al, you know I've been watching footy 2 years now, and I even know that Toby Green is the most hated player in the league. That'd be like a Brad Marchand equivalent of hockey. You'd hate him unless he's on your team because they play 110%. Brad Marchand's a great player, man. He's 110. He's all in with his teammates. He's a great teammate, great leader, but you hate him if you play against him. Gunnar, when people talk about 90s Bills, they all mention Smith, Reed, Kelly, Thomas, but Bennett. Bennett was rare. Bennett's rarely mentioned as the linebacker for the Bills back then. You know who I remember too, who shouldn't be mentioned? Nate Odoms. Remember Nate Odoms, the cornerback? He got torched by Michael Irvin a lot. Nate Odoms wasn't even a bad cornerback, but he was bad in those Super Bowls. Cornelius Bennett and Shane, who am I thinking of? Cornelius Bennett and Shane. Come on, who's the other linebacker? Gonna help me out. It's Cornelius Bennett and Shane who? Help me out. Thurman Thomas, fun note, Thurman Thomas started over Barry Sanders at Oklahoma State in college. Who was the other guy you had back there? Kenneth Davis? Was it Kenneth Davis? Andre Reed, wide receiver. James Lofton was on that team. Bruce Smith, to me, can arguably – everybody says Reggie White was far and beyond better than Bruce Smith. I'm like, far and beyond better? I don't think so. I know it's like sacrilege or blasphemy to say that Reggie White wasn't the greatest defensive end of all time. I said you can argue Bruce Smith is in there, but, well, he never got a ring. I hate the ring. The ring discussion is so bad to me. Bruce Smith's the all-time sacks leader. I mean, it's a little ridiculous to me. 13 minutes left. I mean, Bruins are throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Lankinen, and they can't get one in. This is a power play right now. Another slap shot. Missed. Gunnar Wilson made him bench Flutie, if I remember. Yeah, Ralph Wilson did, right? That's why I said I wasn't sure if Wade – how dumb. Whew. I mean, wow. I think Rob Johnson, Gunnar, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he got sacked 7 times in that game. Cullen, I knew it. I was waiting for it, Al. I said Cullen, I was waiting for it. Cullen hates Toby Green. Yep, Grubby Green. Yep, Bruin, I forgot. Love my Barry Sanders, too. I love Barry Sanders also, William, but I love Barry Sanders. He's my 1A. He's my 1A. 2, the Bruins are coming up now. The Bruins are coming up mid-ice. This is the man right here. That's my number 1 of all time. Barry is my 1A. I always hated that Barry Sanders never. I know. Bruin, no Dudge. They're getting frustrated, man. I don't blame them. Trust me, I feel like I'm watching the Rangers. The Rangers take shot after shot after shot. They don't score, and then the other team goes down and scores. It's so irritating. It really is. So I feel your pain on that, Bruin. William, like you said earlier, Johnny, I can't even imagine the Penguins. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. That'd be weird if Pittsburgh left. And I hate the Penguins, but it'd be weird if they left. I wouldn't even want them to leave. Seth, my Suns need more wins this year, but every time we win finals, but I get scared of the year. The Suns are weird, man. I thought the Suns would be way better than – I know they're good, but I thought they'd be way better. I just you would think the Suns would be, like, way better. I don't know how to read the Suns, man. It's like the Orioles, like your Orioles, man. The Baltimore Orioles, I expected more of a fight out of them in the playoffs, man. The Baltimore Orioles had a great season. Really good season, man. And then they get to the playoffs, and it was just like, boom, see ya. Like, I thought Baltimore Orioles were going to do better too, man. I put the Suns kind of in the same thing. Like, I don't know what to expect out of them. It's really weird, man. Really weird. And as a Yankee fan, I don't even hate the Orioles. I love that the Orioles are back in it. It's kind of like the Raiders. I don't dislike the Raiders. I think the Raiders should be in it. These are teams that should be in it. I love that the Red Sox haven't even made the playoffs in 3 years. Haven't even made it. It's kind of weird how since Alex Cora is not allowed to cheat anymore, the team hasn't made the playoffs since. Hasn't even made the playoffs. Coincidence? I don't know. Thank you, Shane Conlon. Thank you. Could not think of it. Lawrence Taylor. Come on. Lawrence Taylor's legend. Lawrence Taylor's the greatest linebacker of all time. Yeah, I was talking about Bruce Smith. I was talking about defensive end. Lawrence Taylor's the greatest linebacker of all time. Greatest of all time is right there. He redefined the position. Now you could say this guy was the greatest linebacker of all time, right? You could say he was the greatest linebacker of all time. What's he hitting Swayman for? What was that about? 30 shots to 12 right now, 11:40 left in the third period. Vancouver up 1-0. Oh, how did they miss that, Bruin? Bruins have had some opportunities, man. I mean, golden opportunities, and they have not scored on them. He's the best of all time, Walter Payton. You got to remember, man, his first 3 seasons were only 14-game seasons, and one of those seasons he got over 1,800 yards in 14-game season. The dude missed 1 game in his entire career, and that's going through the rough era of the NFL. That's back when you could really hit. And Peyton played on horrendous teams until 85. When Mike Ditka disrespected him by letting the gimmick refrigerator score a touchdown. His excuse was, I figured, we were scoring a lot that Peyton would get his chance. No, you don't give the ball to freaking refrigerator a gimmick. You give the first touchdown that opportunity to Walter Payton. You don't give it to the refrigerator. That was really shameful, man. That was really shameful. And then Walter Payton retired 2 years later, and Neil Anderson replaced him. Neil Anderson replaced Walter Payton. Anybody remember Neil Anderson? That's who replaced Walter Payton. He's the greatest running back of all time. The greatest. People can argue Barry Sanders, and I completely understand the argument. That's why I said he's my 1A, because I love Barry. I love Barry Sanders. I get the argument. I do. But push comes to shove, I'm taking Walter Payton. Sanders is my number 1. I get it, Gunner. I completely get it. I completely get it. I do. I never have a problem with that one. Not at all. He's definitely in that discussion all day long. I get it. Cullen, on a totally unrelated topic, what size wrap does Rocco wear? Only ones I saw come in 4 sizes: small, medium, large, and extra large. Rocco. Let me check. We got his Christmas outfit here. Look at the ears on that. We got Rocco's Christmas outfit here. So let's see if it has a size. I would say he takes a large, man. He's not bigger than that. He's like 17 pounds. Wow, this doesn't have a size on it? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, wait. Yeah, there it is. Large. Yeah, we got that for him. We're going to get pictures of that with him. Great, Seth, but every time the lose in a wild card for some reason. Yeah, I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. Seth, trust me, if the Yankees weren't in it or had been eliminated, I would have gone for the Orioles in the American League. I would have. I'm a Met fan I go for the Mets after the Yankees, but in the American League, had the Yankees been eliminated, I would have gone for the Orioles. Angus, in my opinion, one of the most no doubt. 100%. 100%. You never hear about him at all, ever. It's like Curtis Martin and Marvin Harrison. Curtis Martin got 14,000 yards in 11 seasons. He was at one time was 4th all time on the list. I don't put him anywhere near Barry Sanders or Walter Payton. I don't put him in that category, but he was quietly one of the greatest running backs of all time. He could catch out of the backfield. He never fumbled, and he just got the job done. Marvin Harrison, great hands, gets the job done, one of the best 3 wide receivers of all time, and they're never spoken about. Here's a little trivia for you. Barry Sanders and Curtis Martin are the only 2 running backs in the history of the game from season 1, their rookie season, through their 10th season to have 1,000 yards in each season consecutively from rookie to 10th year. Not 10 consecutive years at any other time. You got to understand. Rookie to 10th season, they had 1,000 yards in each of those seasons from a rookie to their 10th year. 10,000 yards. Both of them. When you ask the trivia question, you got to ask them, Barry Sanders and who are the only 2 players from their rookie year to their 10th year to have 1,000 yards consecutively for 10 years. No one ever guesses Curtis Martin. No one. They name every other big name you can think of. They never mention Curtis Martin. I've never met anybody that can answer that question. Never met anybody that can answer that. Boo. Boo-hoo, Texas. Who are you booing? 9.5 minutes left. Vancouver is still up 1-0. And Boston, again, has the full campsite in Vancouver's zone, which they've had the whole game. Bruin, I do enough Ranger games in here. I know what you're going through. I've seen this a gazillion times with the Rangers, man. Shot after shot after shot after shot, get nothing. The other team skates right down and scores. It's so irritating, man. Lankinen is on fire right now. I feel a goal coming, though. Bruins still on the power play. But they've been on like an all-game power play. They've been in Vancouver's zone the whole game. Another save by Lankinen. William, Johnny Baser, what are the thoughts on the horrific? You feel bad for Cole. Cole is part of that reason. You know that, right? Cole pitched I feel bad for Cole in game 1. This is where baseball now has changed. Game 1 was horrible for Garrett Cole. Why? They took him out at 82 pitches? He had a 2-hitter going. A 2-hitter. Why are you taking him out? Why are you taking him out? Analytics, this is where I don't like analytics, man. You're taking it. Dusty Baker, when he took over the Houston Astros, he didn't do a whole lot of analytics. Remember that? He managed circles around Aaron Boone. Eye test. Joe Girardi used to do the eye test too. Like, if he's pitching great, I'm not taking him out. I feel worse for Garrett Cole in game 1 than I do game 5 because Aaron Judge dropping that fly ball was like, you got to be kidding me. It's like a wide receiver that's looking downfield before he catches the ball. Volpe can't throw to third base, but both of those errors, nobody had scored a run yet. Garrett Cole not covering first base, William, was inexcusable. Anthony Rizzo is deep in the hole, and he thinks that Rizzo is going to beat Mookie Betts out to first base from there. Like, Garrett Cole, because he didn't cover first base, Aaron Judge's error scores, Anthony Volpe's error scores. Both now those runs score because he didn't cover first. That whole 5th inning was atrocious. I feel bad for Garrett Cole from game 1 more than game 5. He was a big reason. Look at this, Lankinen again, Bruin. 7.5 left in the third. Still 1-0 Vancouver, who's being outshot 30-12. Steeler Nation, 1 second. 1 second. I got you up. 1 second. Penalty power play over. Lankinen. This guy is freaking. I feel like I'm watching old school Patrick Waugh, and he is nowhere near a Patrick Waugh or a Brodeur or a Hasek. He's nowhere near that, and he's playing like he is. Steeler, all in Western Pennsylvania. There's billboards saying for Pirates owner Bob to sell the team. Pirates are a joke. Poor managers. And it's really sad, Steeler Nation. It's really sad that the Pirates are a joke. That is a historical organization. Willie Stargell, Clemente. Come on, you guys had some great players over the years, man. Barry Bonds, Barry Bonds made Bobby Bonilla's career. Bobby Bonilla batted in front of Barry Bonds. Now the Mets are still paying Barry Bonds. Every July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day, where he gets $1.5 million a year, I think, from 2011 all the way through 2035. But that's a whole nother story. Sid Bream was a decent first baseman. Don Slaught. Remember Don Slaught, Steeler Nation catcher? He went to the Yankees after that. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers had some Pittsburgh Pirates had some really good teams. And I did highlight Steeler Nation, Aroldis Chapman, 105-mile-an-hour fastball against Manny Machado this year, man. It's a real shame. But baseball needs a salary. I'm a Yankee fan, Steeler. I'm a Yankee fan. And I say that baseball needs a salary cap. They need a salary cap. And baseball says, well, every year, yeah, there's one team, like the Diamondbacks went to the World Series a couple of years ago. There's one team that always goes against the grain. But for the most part, you and I and everybody in here can name almost every playoff team that's going to be in the MLB playoffs next season. Right now, we know the core teams that are going to be there. Yankees, Phillies, Dodgers, Mets. Like we know these teams are going to be there. You know they're going to be there. Padres, right? I mean, these teams are going to be there. How many other sports can you absolutely nail who's going to be there? So I agree with you, man. The Pirates, I'm not a fan, or I don't dislike them either. I wish they would have better baseball. I liked it when the Royals did something this year, Steeler. I'm not a Royals fan, but I thought it was great for baseball that the Royals were doing something. But is Bobby Witt going to stay on the Royals? No, he's going to get a big contract from a big team. The Dodgers are outpaying everybody now. Listen to me, a Yankee fan, complaining about somebody outpaying everybody. How ironic and hypocritical is that? But Edman was batting 7th, 8th, or 9th in their batting order. He was the NLCS MVP. He's batting in the bottom third of that batting order. So, Walter Payton's the greatest. I mean, he's just the greatest of all time. With Barry being a 1A, anybody that tells me Barry's better, I have no problem with that. I completely understand it. Major shout out to Rocco. Yes, William. Rocco is the man. Absolutely. Basement mascot. He is 14. Rocco ain't a large. He'd be a small. Oh, no, Texas. Trust me, we've been there. It depends on the manufacturer also. Worst case, he's a medium. Small is way too small. Rocco's bigger than that. He's bigger than he looks, man. I'm telling you, he's bigger framed from chest to gut. So Medium would be like the worst. The worst case scenario is medium. Like small is too, so he can't fit in small. Trust me. I tell you, he can't. Steeler, if Rodgers leaves the Jets. Oh, I don't. By the way, Steeler, I don't care about the Jets anymore. I'll read what you got to say, but I don't care about them. I don't care what they do. Still, I don't care what they do in the offseason. Everybody else has heard this from me. I'm just going to fill you in. I don't care what they do in the offseason. I don't care who they hire as GM. I don't care who they hire as coach. I don't care who they draft. The Jets next year, I'll watch some games, and I don't care what they do in them. I don't care. I don't care. I'm 43 years into this dumpster fire. I bought in this year. You know, the years they're supposed to be bad, we're at commercial break, guys. Still 1-0. The years they were supposed to be bad, well, that was easy to swallow when they were the 3-4 wins. They had no team, and, okay, whatever. Those years really didn't bother. I mean, they bother a fan, but when you know what's coming, it's fine. But this year, talked a lot of crap. From the Aaron Rodgers crap from January of 2023, are we going to get him or are we not going to get him? Darkness retreat comes out. Are we going to get him or are we not going to get him? Oh, we're going to get him. Well, look at that. Aaron Rodgers is playing. Oh, he's at Knicks games. He's at Ranger games. Oh, wow, look at Aaron Rodgers going to come in. Tears his Achilles. Now he's out for the season. Now he comes back. This whole thing's a joke. I don't care. I don't care what they do. I'm not streaming any more Jet games. I'm not looking at them anymore. I'm not taking another team. They're still my team, but I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care what they do. I haven't followed anything about the Jets in 3 weeks. Nothing. Zero. I don't know what's going on with them, and I don't care. I don't. Anyway, if Rodgers leaves the Jets after the season, you guys start back from scratch with another rookie or sign another veteran that is experienced. You know what I think, Steeler? I'll say this much. Jeff Ulbrich is the head coach. He's an interim head coach. We know he's not. He's a great defensive coordinator, mind you. I really think he is. The defense has dropped off because Salah's gone and Ulbrich was moved to head coach. I think, what would be funny, Steeler? I think Jeff Ulbrich, we all know he's not going to come back, right? I think he should go to Aaron Rodgers and say, hey, Aaron, Tyrod Taylor's playing the rest of the year. Have a seat. Tyrod Taylor's playing the rest of the year. I bet you what, Steeler? I bet you the Jets win games with Tyrod Taylor at their quarterback. Now, their run defense is absolutely atrocious. But just on the offensive side of the ball, I bet you the Jets win games with Tyrod. I would start Tyrod Taylor. Jeff Ulbrich, could you imagine it'd be a media explosion if Ulbrich had the you-know-what to do it? If he had just the guts to do that. Hey, Aaron, you're taking a seat. I'm sorry. Taking a seat. Tyrod's starting the rest of the year. I'm getting fired anyway. Let's do it. What do you guys think? How about that? How about that? That would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, 1 second here, guys. Boom, there you go. I'll throw a poll up there and let you guys decide. I'm like at my wit's end with it still. I just promise. I got too many good things going on. The Rangers, the Knicks, New York Red Bulls, my MLS team. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals coming this Saturday. I'll be live for that. Joey Logano, my favorite NASCAR driver, 3-time champion. I got better things to worry about than the Jets. Cullen, small was like things like living rich handbags. Pirates definitely deserve better. Like I said, I was excited for the Royals. I'm not even a Royals fan. Like I was telling Seth with his Baltimore. Oh, Vancouver, another shot on Swayman. 4:30 left in the game. I was telling Seth, the Orioles are a rival team, and I actually would have gone for them had the Yankees been eliminated. I think it's good for baseball that the Orioles are back in it, that the Royals have a team. Has Salvador Perez been playing for the Royals for like 50 years? He feels like he's been on that team forever, and he can still play. And Bobby Witt, this is what is bad about not having a salary cap in baseball. Bobby Witt's not going to be on the Royals for the rest of his career, and he should be, but they can't afford him. So he's going to be on the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets. You see what I mean? And I'm a Yankee fan saying this. Michael, thoughts on Joe Klecko? What? Same reason that sack exchange, Michael. The sack exchange. People say, oh, he only had 24. No, he didn't just have 24 sacks. 1981, the Jets front four had 66 and a half sacks. They and Lawrence Taylor were the reason that sacks became a stat in 1982. You can look it up. They were a big part of the reason. Joe Klecko had 20 and a half sacks that year, and Gastineau had like 21. He didn't set the record that year, but that's where they were at with that team. Those four guys alone, Salam, Lyons, Gastineau, and Klecko. Klecko took that. When you have guys like Anthony Munoz, Michael, Anthony Munoz, one of the greatest linemen of all time, saying Joe Klecko was one of the toughest guys he ever had to battle, and he should be in the Hall of Fame long time ago. Howie Long said it. A lot of guys that played against Klecko said he should be in because he's on the Jets, right, Michael? He's on the Jets. They didn't win a ring. If you look up the top front four of all time, the Jets sack exchange is like number 6 to 10. They're in the top 10. And everybody's top 10, but they're 6 to 10. Had they won one ring, like Bruce Smith, Michael, my point from earlier, Bruce Smith never gets talked about. That's shameful. He's the all-time sacks leader. I think he still is. He never gets brought up in the greatest defensive ends of all time. Why? Oh, these guys are losers and everyone. They went to 4 Super Bowls in a row. No one's ever done that. Doesn't matter if they lost them all. That's, you know what I mean? So Joe Klecko took that long because he was a Jet. Like, look at Darrelle Revis. If Darrelle Revis played on the Patriots his whole career or Dallas Cowboys, he'd be compared to Deion. Deion Sanders himself has brought this up. Darrelle Revis, of course, besides Deion, and I agree, he said he was the greatest cover corner of all time. When you look at the people that he covered, he shut all the top receivers down. He shut them all down from his era, including Randy Moss. He shut them all down. Darrelle Revis isn't thought about as one of the better cover corners of all time. Look at this. Boston is right there, Bruin. 150 left. Lanking in again. 150 left in the game. So that's why I feel, because he's a Jet. If he was a Cowboy or a Patriot during those eras, oh, man, Joe Klecko. Darrelle Revis would be spoken about more. Joe Klecko, he should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. Howie Long there. How come guys that are in the Hall of Fame that play against players like this all scream for them, but the gatekeepers, the media, the gatekeepers that never played, like Terrell Owens, Michael. Terrell Owens is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. How come he didn't get in first ballot? Because the media, the personality checklist, he didn't check them. Oh, he was mean to me when I tried to interview. He wasn't a good teammate. You know what? Even the people that played with him or against him, you never heard T.O., you never heard anybody say he was unprepared. That guy's prepared to play right now. But it's the gatekeepers, the personality checklist. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, well, they weren't very nice guys to the media, right? They're not going to get in. Didn't David Ortiz fail the steroid test and the human growth hormone test? Didn't he fail that? Oh, David Ortiz, a great guy. Yankee fans, everybody loves David Ortiz. Oh, you passed the personality checklist. You're in. See what I mean? That's why I'm saying taking Cole out in game 1 was a joke. William, 100%. Rodolfo, welcome back, Rodolfo. Greetings from Chile. Bruin needs more tactical discipline to turn the game around. Basically, the Jets have a style of playing and the Bruins don't. Telling you, the Bruins right now, they should be they have 31 shots to 14 right now. This is crazy. Lankinen is looking like Marty Brodeur. Marc-Andre, these guys, Marc-Andre Fleury, by the way, he's another one that never gets mentioned. He's one of the best goalies of all time. He's the last goalie, by the way, for what? Some of you guys know this because I say it all the time. The last goalie taken number 1 overall was who? Marc-Andre Fleury. 45 seconds left in the third. Gunner, 30 shots against 12. That team has 30 shots, has to be winning, right? I've been asking Bruin about this. But I told Bruin as a Ranger fan, you guys are in him when we watch the Rangers. I watched them shot after shot after shot. When Vancouver scored, Bruins were like out doubling the shots. And then like Vancouver took the puck, went down and scored. Like I've seen that it's so annoying, man, to watch. Your team is working their tail off to score. They can't. The other team takes the puck, goes down and scores. But a lot of that has to do with goalies do say when they're working hard throughout the game, like Lankinen is getting peppered this whole game. They get in a rhythm. They get in a save rhythm. They get in a save rhythm. The other goalie that's kicking back on the hammock doing nothing, they're kind of not in a rhythm. And I'm just telling you this from over time that this is what these goalies say in interviews. Bruin, tactical discipline, I guess. Hey, look, you got 36 seconds left. This game is not over. Michael, Chile, how cool is that? Yep, we got people from Australia here, Michael. We got everybody. Andy Van Slyke, good shout out, William. Andy Van Slyke was a beast, yes. I used to like Lloyd McClendon too, by the way. Lloyd McClendon was funny as a manager for them. He did that whole thing on the ground, ripped bases out of the ground, kind of Billy Martin-esque. I did like that. I'm 20 years old. I grew up in 04, but I know all-time great stars and know my – hey, Steele, I know you've been in here before. You're very good with your stuff. We got young guys in here, Steele. that I thought were way older. Like Bruin, I thought he was way older, but as Mr. Marine says, he's just a whippersnapper. And he knows a lot. We all know a lot of stuff in here, man. We don't know everything, but you fit right in here, Steeler. You know your history, man. Hey, all good in here, brother. You're all good in here with us. Michael, no Sox. No Red Sox? I'll agree with you that all day. Alex Cora and A.J. Hinch should have been banned from the game for life. Should have been banned for life. Then he goes to the Red Sox. They get caught cheating again with their video guy. They win the World Series. Not as egregious as when he was the bench coach on the Astros, but they got banned during the COVID season. That's like growing up when we didn't have technology and your parents punished you for the weekend and it was a rainy weekend and it didn't matter anyway because your friends weren't outside anyway. That's for us older guys that didn't have the Xboxes and all that stuff. Getting punished on a weekend was actually like brutal. But, COVID was like a rainy weekend for Alex Cora and A.J. Hinch. They missed, 60-game season? That's not a punishment. Bruins are trying, man. They pulled their goalie. 18 seconds left in the game. Vancouver takes the puck over, shoots at the empty net, and that is the game. They scored on the empty net right there, Bruin. Boy, Bruins were inches away from tying the game. Let's see, run through these comments here. Oh, you don't have one of the nicest ballparks. You and the Royals have the best ballpark, Steeler. You and the Royals have the best ballparks in the league. The Royals with the waterfalls and the Pirates, you guys with the bridge in the background and that nice field with Pirates across. You guys have those are my two favorite stadiums. Take your pick. I'm not a fan of either team, and I don't dislike either team. Like I said, if the Royals, I was very happy that they made it. It was nice for baseball that a team like the Royals made it to the playoffs. They have the two best stadiums in the ballpark. In the league. Rodolfo, Bruin, no clear way of weaving plays and defense, etc. Are they pressing a team, counterattack team, physical team that plans? Right, and now they got a new coach. Look at Jim Montgomery. Do you guys think Montgomery got fired a little too soon? Do you think they jumped the gun and he got fired? Coaches get fired too fast nowadays. Bruin, you're a diehard Bruins fan. Do you think Montgomery got fired too soon? I think he did. Rodolfo, Michael, hello. Bruin, okay. Rodolfo, Bruins base their salary solely on individuality, but I fail to see a style of play. Boy, they were a beast 2 years ago when they took the record. They were a beast, and then they – correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm going off the top of my head, but did they blow a 3-1? I'm asking. I think they blew a 3-1 to the Panthers, did they not? They blew a 3-1 series lead over the Panthers in round one, right? It's similar to the Tampa Bay Lightning, the previous owner of the regular season record in 2019. They got swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets, and John Tortorella, who made the playoffs at the midnight hour. The Lightning were like in the playoffs like 2 months before the season was over. Like they already won the President's Trophy, and they got swept. They got swept by the 8th seeded Team Jackets. Like these things happen. It's really weird. Like the President's Trophy is like a curse. It's like a curse. Michael, hello from Massachusetts. Michael is from well, I didn't know that till now. All right, welcome in. And Michael, just so you know, obviously I don't go for Boston teams, but I do in one area. I go for Boston when they play the New York Islanders. I will go for, and Bruin can vouch. Bruin's been with me a long time. I go for the Boston. I'm a diehard Bruins fan when they play the New York Islanders. I can't stand the Islanders. I hate them. I would never go for them. I don't even care if a win helps the Rangers. I want to find a different route to get in the playoffs or something. I don't ever want to rely on the Islanders for anything. So I am a diehard Bruins fan when they play the Islanders. Bruin, I honestly thought you were an Aussie, Michael. You know what's funny, Bruin? I thought Angus was for a long time. I used to shout out Angus, another Aussie in the basement. I used to think Angus was I don't know why. Maybe because his name was Angus and he knew a lot about Australian sports. I just thought Angus was an Aussie, and he's not. He lives in St. Louis. That's a little far away from Australia. William, God, the Rodgers experience has been a horrific nightmare. Yep, sure has. Well deserved. He owns the team. He took over the whole team. I said, now I will admit, I said at the time, I do want Aaron Rodgers on the team. I do admit that. But these guys that have been with me a while can vouch. I said I wanted Lamar Jackson. If you're going to throw that kind of money, Lamar was my number one pick. Throw that money at Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson will be starting for another 5 or 6 years, right? That was my thinking. I thought that getting Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be bad. That's a good backup plan at the time. That's a good backup plan. But let's bring in Lamar, man. That's what I wanted. These guys can vouch. I did say that. But I did. Now, had Aaron not blown his Achilles last year might have been a different season. But who knows? And again, I don't care. I took all the Jet notifications off my phone. I don't get any notifications on them anymore. I said I'll still look at them. Not this year. I'm not watching any more Jet games this year. But next year, I'll watch some games. But my brain is numb to them. I don't care. I'm not following any off-season news. I'm not following the draft. I don't care who they hire as coach. Want to bring Rex Ryan back? Hey, bring him back. I don't care. Bring back Mike Tannenbaum. Bring them all back. Bring back Darrelle Revis. Maybe you can get Chad Pennington out of retirement. Bring him back too. Bring them all back. Bring Curtis Martin back. Bring them all back, man. Let's see what they can do. Michael, not Irish, and from Boston and not Irish. I know that's the automatic thought is that everybody from Boston is Irish. William, OMG, yes, Rodgers bench. Did he bench him? Good. That's what I'm saying. Rodgers bench. You doing the poll? Oh, yeah, let me end the poll. I forgot about that. All right, so the end of this poll is – whoops, hold on. What did I just do? I hit end poll, and I lost the whole stream for a minute. End poll. The winner is, yes, 87%. Wouldn't that be such a great, bold – what does Ulbrich have to lose by benching Rodgers? He's not going to be the coach next year anyway. Wouldn't that be awesome if you just said, hey, Aaron, we're letting Tyrod play, man. Tyrod's our guy. I bet you the Jets would have been better this season had they benched Rodgers a long time ago. They probably would at least have – I would say they would at least have 2 or 3 more wins right now. Tyrod Taylor is a very good quarterback. Cullen, he can spell Massachusetts, so definitely not an Aussie. Nice. That was a shot at yourselves, Cullen. Live in Massachusetts and – good point, Colin. And what? You're a Red Sox, Patriots, Celtic, and Bruins fan. Angus, Cullen, JB might be slightly upset about how I spelled Massachusetts. I didn't even look at the spelling. But I know that S at the end is supposed to be a C. I think. See, look at that. And I know that Mississippi is Mississippi, so I know that much. Michael, well said. Yes, sir. Yep. Nobody could touch that New York Sack Exchange. Dude, they were nasty, man. That was a nasty defense. Those front four, Salam, Gastineau, Klecko, Lyons, Lance Mell was a linebacker, Greg Buttle, another linebacker, Darrell Ray, cornerback, Lester Lyles. The Jets then, Eric McMillan came around a few years later, man, that they had they always have a good defense, like historically, and they usually have good running backs. Again, Curtis Martin. 11 seasons, 14,000 yards, man. The guy was a beast. No swearing allowed, Angus. That's right. Thank you, Cullen. I'm hearing Joey Logano and Kyle Larson on SA Motorsports Commission sites to race at the Adelaide 500 next year. Yes, let's go. Bring on my man Logano, man. Bring on my man Logano, 3-time champion. So many people are upset about this. Oh, well, he was kind of mid during the season. He didn't really do a lot in the beginning of the season. Kyle Larson, I like Kyle Larson, by the way. I'm a Ford guy. I'm all Mustangs. I'm a Ford guy. But Kyle Larson won 6, and so many other guys deserve to have this chance. And they had, hey, man, Eli Manning was kind of mid during the season, right? Kind of average, and then beats the Patriots and everybody else on the road. It's what you do in the playoffs that matters. It's what you do in the playoffs that matters. Kyle Larson had every chance to win. So did Denny Hamlin. Oh, he's won over 54 times. He doesn't even have a cup. He should have had an opportunity. Hey, man, Team Penske's won the last 3. 22 was Logano. Last year was Ryan Blaney. 24 is Logano. And Logano held off Blaney for by 0.2 of a second for the last 5 laps. Who cares what happened during the season? These guys all had the opportunity. They were all in the top 16. They all had their opportunities to win. Joey Logano, yeah, well, he was really out. Well, Alex Bowman cheated. This is what we say in using baseball terms, guys, and I'm about to get out of here. I'll go through the rest of these, but this is what I'll say on this. Joey Logano was out. And what do we say in baseball terms? You never give a team an extra out. They let Logano back in because Bowman, they cheated. The car was too light or whatever that story was. So Logano was let back. Bowman got suspended from the playoffs. Logano was the next guy in. What did Logano do? He won Las Vegas. He won the very next race, which put him automatically into the Final Four. You gave a champion, a two-time champion, an extra out. What did the Yankees do in that fifth inning when you're up 5-0? You gave the Dodgers an extra out by not covering first base, Garrett Cole, by dropping that ball, Aaron Judge, by Anthony Volpe not being able to throw the ball to third base. You gave a great team an extra out. You gave a great driver an extra out. People can say what they want about Logano. He's a three-time champion, period. He did it. When push came to shove, he got it done. Anyway, Lankinen is standing. Dude, Bruin, Lankinen was ridiculous tonight. I've never seen Lankinen play that great. He was he's insane, Bruin. Absolutely insane. Finding out for the first time what people in Edinburgh, Scotland were actually called Angus. I don't know anything about that one. Maybe, I bet you Angus seems to know. Angus is kind of like a man of the people. He seems to know a lot. Rodolfo, I'm 45. I hardly know anything about ice hockey. That's all right, Rodolfo. We do all sports in here. That's the one I'm waiting for. Saturday night, Eastern Conference Final in MLS. Saturday afternoon, Arsenal. That kid right there, Saka, is a legend in the making. If you haven't seen this kid play, it is electric. He is electric. Did I look at Raymars yet? No, I haven't looked at Raymars yet. I know what I said yesterday. You're trying to trap me into saying Reamers again? Angus, Doc Ellis of the Pie. I'll look at it, Gunner. I will definitely look at it. I promise you. I'll look at it. As a matter of fact, writing that down right now. Remember, I got my gumshoe notepad here from the 80s. Said his name was Reimers? All right. Reimers. I'm like Remington Steele. Everybody remember that show, Remington Steele? Or Hunter. Remember Rick Hunter? Rick Hunter. Do you remember that show? Fred Dreyer, by the way, is the only, I think still stands to this day, the only defensive lineman to get two safeties in one game. Fred Dreyer for the Rams. He became Rick Hunter for you 80s detective show people. Got two safeties in one game. I think he's still the only one to ever do that. Angus, Doc Ellis of the Pirates threw a no-hitter under the influence of LSD. All right. Hey, Mickey Mantle made a career off drinking. I mean, but back then, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how, yes, steroids was cheating. And for the people that say, well, steroids doesn't make you hit a baseball. Yes, for me and you, yes, that's true. I can't go out there and do steroids and hit a baseball a mile. I can't. These guys already know how to hit a baseball. But back in the old days, like Gaylord Perry and the old school guys, well, they scuffed the ball, spit on the ball, put stuff on the ball to do what? Have that extra arc on the ball, have that extra break to the curveball. That was cheating. It's altering the game. Oh, well, it was allowed. Yeah, it was allowed. Well, steroids was allowed too. I'm not a big promoter of it, but I do believe that Clemens and Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. But that goes back to my personality checklist. They're not in, not because of steroids anymore, guys, because there's plenty of guys that have gotten in, like David Ortiz. He's my number one guy that got in, and I like him. He's a great guy. That's why he's in. Bonds and Clemens will never get in because they're not good people during the time, and they pissed media off. Terrell Owens did not get first ballot Hall of Fame, which we all know he deserved, whether you like him or not. But, oh, he was mean to me during an interview, or I don't think he was a good teammate. Well, give me a break, man. The guy was one of the best receivers of all time. Boo. Yeah, that was bad, Bruin. That was bad. PNC Park is amazing, no doubt. True story, Bruin. Let me go through these guys. How is that even possible? I don't know how that dude. They were firing away at Lankinen, man. Firing away. Lankinen is not even like a top goalie in the game. He's a backup to Demko. This is a backup. Not that all backups are bad, but I'm just saying, like, the dude say, what was the final shots? Like 32 shots? Goodness gracious. No doubt. He needs to be benched. I have no clue, bro, and it was one of the worst no-hitters ever thrown. I'll tell you the worst no-hitter ever thrown. Andy Hawkins for the Yankees threw a no-hitter and lost 4-0. True story. Andy Hawkins, Stump Merrill was our manager then. Andy Hawkins for the Yankees, who we got from the Padres, he was a decent pitcher, but he threw a no-hitter for the Yankees and lost 4-0. Look it up. True story. Andy Hawkins. I'll tell you guys the story tomorrow. I'm not going to get all into it now, but he lost not 1-0, he lost 4-0. 4-0. No-hitter and lost 4-0. Bruin, they will get back there, but they have to recognize everything. They have to, because they're a team that shouldn't be 10-10. Just shouldn't be. But it's a long season. Rodolfo, my Rangers look like crap right now. They're giving up way too many shots. They can't seem to put a scoring strategy together at all. You shoot this time. No, you shoot. No, you shoot this time. I'll shoot next time, and then we'll watch you shoot, and no one's going to crash the net. We'll just watch you shoot, Panarin or Kreider. We'll just watch you shoot. And then Igor, while you're getting peppered by 5,000 shots in one period, we're going to be around. We're going to be around because we're in awe watching you save all these pucks, because we're just going to stand here and watch all these guys skate past us like we're slalom poles in a downhill skiing event in the Olympics. Guys are just skating right around. Trouba and Keandre and Lindgren and all these guys are just, oh, wow, look at that. You got right past me. Like, that's what I've been watching the last 3 games. It's a long season. The good teams will get through. You guys will be all right. Yeah, Texas, right? I thought Angus was Australia. I did for like the longest time. Tim, what's going on? Tim, another cellar dweller accounted for. Tim, I know a little ice hockey. All my knowledge is EA Sports. NHL 97. Definitely not ice hockey weather here in Sydney, Australia, around 99. Tim, as I told all the other guys, you guys can have it. We just got through one of the worst summers ever. July and August here in New York is always bad. We know it's bad, but man, it never starts in the beginning of June. Like the second week of June, it was like 95 and the humidity was over 100%. It was nasty. It felt like every day. And then all the way deep into September. Like, you guys can have that. I don't have to worry about that for months now. We got a couple of 35 and 40 degree days coming up. You guys can have it, Tim. I do not miss that, man. And I've lived in Florida. I've lived in Houston, Texas. I've been around because you guys know I drove the big rig all over the country. So we've been around, but we couldn't wait to get back to the 4 seasons, man. We could not wait to get back to the 4 seasons. People say, oh, when you get older, you want the heat all the time. No, I don't. I don't want the heat all the time. I don't even want it for the 2 months. I love barbecues and all the things you could do in the summer, but I don't like the rest of it. The Canadians are showing the highlights of this. I don't know who won this. Bruin, hey, Tim. About to get out of here, guys. A lot of people think that I am Scotland and my name is very Scottish. Yeah, Angus McWhorter, I'm not thinking you're live in St. Louis going to Blues games. Canadian. I'm trying to see these highlights, see who won this game, because I know how much Bruin loves the Canadians. We know it was 1-1, right? That was the last update I saw on it. I know it was 1-1. Cullen, yeah, don't come much more Scottish than Angus. I know, right? Angus, St. Louis, Missouri is the last place anybody would have thought you were from, or at least live. Johnny Bay, that's why how I am with the Raiders. I could care less going. Yeah, that's the way you got to be, because getting angry, it just doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Like, you guys bring in Devontae Adams to team up with Derek Carr and then trade Derek Carr. Like, it's the Raiders do jet things, man. That's like a jet thing to do. Hey, Devontae, you want to play with Derek Carr? Sure, come on over. Oh, by the way, we're getting rid of Derek Carr next year. The Canadians, right? This must be the only other game on tonight, because they're showing like every move in this game. So at this point, it's 2-1 Canadians. Hamish, there you go. NHL 97. Those were great. They had great hip checking back then. That's when you played with like the Avalanche and the Red Wings, or the Dallas Stars had Mike Modano and Benoit Hogue and Pat Verbeek, and Kevin Hatcher was on. No, Dale Hatcher was on defense for them. Sergei Zubov, the guy that the Rangers should have never gave up. Sergei Zubov was on that Dallas team. And Eddie the Eagle, Eddie Belfour was I played with that Dallas Stars team was good, really good, when the West teams had Detroit and Colorado. Great stuff. Bruin, Tex, yep. Utah won that game in overtime. Bruin, I'm sorry. Canadians lost. Bruin, I'm sorry. All right, let me go through these guys, and I'm getting out of here. I'll be on tomorrow night for the Rangers at 7, and we'll be covering the Knicks at 7:30, which actually isn't bad because by the end of the first period, the Knicks should just be getting underway. Then we get back into the Rangers, back into the Knicks. We've done this plenty of times in here. I need to listen to back. Angus, you do. We do picture you like with that red, like the guy on the Scott's commercial. You guys have seen the guy on the Scott's commercial with the red beard. Angus, so that's what you think you look like. Okay, sports fans. Yep. All right, Colin, we'll catch you next time. Angus, I remember that show. Angus, are you into remember the Leprechaun movies? They're so bad that you have to watch them. They're so bad. Leprechaun, keep away from me, gold. And come out and play, me friends. Remember that guy? So bad. It's so bad. Yeah, you got to watch it. Night, guys. All right, guys, I'm out of here too. The Loyal Order of Haggis. And on that note, we are leaving. Guys, thank you so much for the support as always. I'll see you tomorrow night. Rangers and Knicks, double dip. We'll do Ranger jersey, Nick hat, or Nick jersey, Ranger hat. Who knows? But we're going to be here tomorrow night, guys. Thanks again, and I'll see you later.